This isn't your typical commercial.
Because we aren't your typical bike shop. We're a group of young racers looking to change the way things are done. You can learn more by heading over to the Full Tilt Bike Co. YouTube channel, where we do product reviews, custom builds, training tips, and even a little bit of riding as well.
So make sure you head on over there and see what we've got next in store.
Full Tilt Bike Co. You feel something like nipping?
No, I don't. This isn't your typical commercial.
Because we aren't your typical bike shop. We're a group of young racers looking to change the way things are done. You can learn more by heading over to the Full Tilt Bike Co. YouTube channel, where we do product reviews, custom builds, training tips, and even a little bit of riding as well.
So make sure you head on over there and see what we've got next in store.
Full Tilt Bike Co. You feel something like nipping?
No, I don't. This isn't your typical commercial.
Because we aren't your typical bike shop. We're a group of young racers looking to change the way things are done. You can learn more by heading over to the Full Tilt Bike Co. YouTube channel, where we do product reviews, custom builds, training tips, and even a little bit of riding as well.
So make sure you head on over there and see what we've got next in store.
Full Tilt Bike Co. You feel something like nipping?
No, I don't.
Colors got to be Sear Foss. Cyrus trying to sneak in there. Down into turn 2 they roll, but it's still the voice on the 1. The machine on that 2 spot. Cyrus, Sear Foss, and Custer. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The ladies hitting that last turn, coming down the last straightaway. The World 6 still on top right here. Jones, Nealon, Sear Foss. $14 over men's Pro-Am. Representing 7 Block Star, I got Chasing Gage Hill. For the Redmond Carbone Identify crew, Dylan Reeder. For Factory Send to LSG, the Beast, Bryce Cawley. Also representing Factory Send to LSG, Drew Polk. For Gate 9, I got the Redneck Cage Moss. And representing the Trainwreck crew, the Crop Duster, Gavin Crop. Men's Pro-Am taking off. I'm seeing LSG on the inside, looking to pop down in that turn. I'm looking for Polk on the 1 right now. Flying fast, the National 51 down that second straight. Oh, man, I got Reeder in that 2 spot. Ryder on the outside trying to make some action happen, but it's all Polk right now. Polk, Reeder, 1 and 2. I got Hill back in that 3 spot. Cawley, Crop, and Moss. But down around we fly. It's all Polk. Factory Set LSG going to grab the first round of this one. Polk gets the win. Reeder, Hill, McCauley. And here come our mixed opens, everybody. Rocking on the track, the 600 mixed open class. I got Sassy Pants, Riley Johnson, Aria Cowell, Pierce Palmer, Dupree Garber, and Arlo Plappert. Gold Cup plate on the inside right now, rocking down, no excuses. Gear on, got to be Cowell, but oh man, bluegrass colors going topside. I'm looking for Arlo Plappert, the speedster, taking 2 riders straight to a main event. No excuse back on top right now. Bluegrass in the 2 spot. Cowell, Plappert, 1 and 2 with Alto colors, chasing them down. Got to be Sassy Pants. 1, 2, 3. They fly down into turn 3. Flying back at us. 2 riders looking to move on. Gold Cup plates, rocking those top 2 spots. Cowell checking out. Sassy, ooh, Bluegrass. Plappert. Moto number 7, Seitzinger, Whited, Pangione, Patton, and Lomascolo. Wicked colors on the top right now. I'm looking at the Keterbug, the Rock 1 getting chased down. With the Send It colors in the 2 spot, got to be Lomascolo. Whited, Lomascolo 1 and 2 around the last turn. 2 riders joining the last 2 riders in a 600 mixed open. The Rock 1's moving on. That'd be Whited and the 81 of Lomascolo 1 and 2. 7-8 mixed open. Holiday, Neiman, and Phillips. Got to be Little MJ, the Rock 1 on top once again. I got Sprocket Kings colors in the 2 spot. I'm looking at Pac-Man and the Powers ride of Neiman 1, 2, and 3. Total points racing on the day. But right now, Marley is running the show, showing these boys a fast lap around Marysville BMX. Holiday's going to grab the first round win. Phillips, Neiman, 2-3. 9-10 mixed open. Moto number 9. Ferry, Snyder, Lineball, Plappert, Shotwell, and Farrell. Gate 9 colors come flying out of the second turn right now and down that third straightaway. Got to be the Firefly, Sophia Farrell. The 1 ride on top right now, but we're taking 2 to a main event. Sophia still running on top. Rider in that 2 spot coming down. has got a 5 on her plate. That's going to be Speedy, Edie Shotwell, Farrell, and Shotwell moving on. And moto number 10. I got the Viper, Piper Ellerton, Bam Bam, Cole Robar, Momo Montgomery, Leo Lipschitz, Sawyer, Two Snacks, Doritos, and the Space Monkeys, Sadie Kingery. Wicked colors coming around the outside, burning into the top right there. That's got to be the Viper, Piper Ellerton. Ellerton on the 1 spot, got a Nag 9 in that 2 spot, got to be Momo Montgomery. Ellerton, Montgomery, 1 and 2, getting chased down by everyone else down in the last turn. We're taking 2 out of this one as well. The Viper running the show, Momo in the 2. 33 trying to make some action happen. Ellerton's checking out, and the Nag 9 of Montgomery, 1 and 2. 11-12 mixed open, moto number 11. Wallace, Berry, Waddle, Alvarez, Thompson, Adloff, and Tollefson. Got to be little JT hitting that last turn. Factory box components running the show. The Nag 4 coming down the last straight, but 3 riders are moving on. Tollefson's checking out. Adloff's going to grab the 2 spot, and the World 1 of Alvarez. The ladies moving on. 13-14 mixed open. Wilson, Ankrum, Chambers, Spencer, Higginbotham, Ryan, and Gilman. Got to be faster. Bobby Gilman on the top spot. Full tour radio coming flying down the last straight. Got Cyrus in that 2 spot. Or I'm sorry, the Nag 9. I just saw the Nag 9. Wilson, Gilman, Wilson. .31 over mixed open down that second straightaway. Parker, Jordan, Pacheco, Mellinson, Black, and Wallace. 2 riders going straight to the 31 over mixed open show right now. I got J&R colors flying down. Maybe that's not J&R colors. See, the red always screws me up. Coming down around, it is the K ride on top for the First Coast crew. The Mad Rabbit, Riley Jordan. She is way on top. Riley's moving on. 2 riders going, though. Big D going to come across the line in the 2 spot and check out. Ike, Shable, Edwards, and Adams. Misfits colors on the top spot. The 43 flying super fast down into turn 2. Got 2 riders chasing down, but it's Gavin Edwards on top right now. Edwards got the 6 chasing him down. That's Adams in that 2 spot. Edwards, Adams, 1 and 2 down to the last turn. Only 1 rider can check into a 600 open main event here in the first round. The Misfit is trying to hold it down. The 40 and the 3 and the 6 coming back at me. Edwards, Adams, Edwards, moving on. Hicks, Calhoun, Shaughnessy, Salva, and Sikowski. 7-8 open on the track, Moto 15. Rolling through the rhythm section right now. Looks like we dropped a few over in that second straightaway. We'll get them checked out. Coming around that last turn, though, rider on top is the 19 of the Pink Panther, Jonah Calhoun for the Heavy Pedals crew. The Heavy Pedals ride, and Jethro Salva moving on. The 19 of the Nag 4. And how about a round of applause for our down rider? Moto number 16, Clements, Guan, Johnson, Cox, and Furcatch. Down around the first turn we go. I got a C plate on top right now. Got to be the Silent Assassin, Grayson Cox, the Black Widow crew running the show down into turn 2 in the 2 spot. Looks like some bluegrass colors. I'm looking for the Jet, Asher Clements, the C and the G going 1 and 2. Oh, man, no excuses colors trying to dip in there. That's Jumpin' Jack's Furcatch. Battle for the 2 spots where it's at. 2 riders moving on to a main event. But it's still going to be the C on top. The Silent Assassin, Cox down the last straightaway. Black Widow ride moving on. 2 spot. Going to go to the bluegrass ride, the C and the G. Checking out. Ton, Lander, Hardbarger, Gasaway, and Johnson. Got to be Slay on the top spot right now. Power FX Speedco colors hitting that last turn. In the 2 spot, Factory Set at LSG, the Outlaw, Gavin Ton. Gasaway and Ton going 1 and 2, but the B ride is gone. Slay moves on. 2 spot goes to the Nag 8 of Ton, 1 and 2. Peterson, Leonetti, Massa, and Lineball. Nag 20 on top right now. The 6 kid, Jacoby Leonetti, in that 2 spot. Looks like some Sprocket Kings colors. Got to be Lineball. Oh, Lord. Down to the last turn we go. All the boys coming back at me fast, but only 2 of them can check out of this one. Moto number is 18. Nag 20, Leonetti, and the Gold Cup 1, a Lineball, 1 and 2. Hudzik, Good, Miller, Graves, Hill, Takanaga, Shotwell, and Rabinowitz. 13 on top, going to be Cash Shotwell. Got the Mighty Mouse in the 2 spot right now, but we're taking 3 riders, and the battle is hot in that 3. Back in that 3 spot, looks like Miller and Rabinowitz. Rabinowitz goes to 3, Miller goes low. Here we come down the last straightaway, 13. Shotty's checking out. The Mighty Mouse moving on. The last spot's going to go to Flying Ryan. 1, 2, and 3. Martin, Hart, Wilkie, Beck, and Dahl. Going to be Dahl in the top spot right now. Got no excuse colors in that 2 spot. Going to be Tyler Martin. Caleb Dahl trying to hold it down for the Mangler crew down the last straight. The e-bike flying fast. Dahl's moving on. 2 spots going to go to the 3. We're going to get that checked out for that 2 spot. Atkins, Purchase, Reeves, and Savino. 4 riders on the track. 2 spots available here in the main event. Down around we fly. Rider on top is the 1-1. Andrew Savino for Jet Racing. Savino's moving on. 2 spot. Purchase comes by. It was Martin moving on in Moto 20. R bike on top right now, flying down. 2 riders moving on. The R and the 5. Rowe and Bradley, 1 and 2 in Moto 22. 23 on the track. Alexander, Miller, Titus, Dye, Stokes, Mooney, and Hayes. Hitting that second turn. I got Mason Hayes on the top spot right now. Rolling fast through the rhythm section. Looks like maybe Titus in the 2 spot. 2 more riders going to a 15-16 open. Everyone in the last turn at the same time, but Mason Hayes is rolling. National 94 checking out. And the 17 ride is moving on. Hayes and Titus, 1 and 2. 17-20 open, Moto 24. Sabrell, Golden, Casanova, Gavin, Engelman, Meyer, Carter, and Sutherland. J&R colors rocking to that last turn. Going to be Rich Carter. The 15 ride on top right now in the 2 spot. I got a skinny digit. Going to be Casanova. Carter, Casanova, 1 and 2 with Big Dill back in that 3 spot. $31 Nova open. Varndell, DeHaven, Crafton, Hoffman, Ibarra, and Bradford. Gate 9 colors go rocking down into turn 2. Going to be Marcus DeHaven on the 1. I got Black Crown colors chasing him down. That's got to be Tyler Hoffman. DeHaven and Hoffman going 1 and 2, and those dudes are gone. Rocking around the last turn. They're both trying to check out of this one. Moto 25 on the track. 31 Nova open. The 2 and the J. We'll see the rest of you in the main event. Eight and under girls cruiser class. Moto 26 is on the track. Mainsley, the Rockstar, Bombs Away, the Party Muffin, and Sunshine. Rider on top right now is the Rockstar in the 2 spot. I got Walgren in that 2 spot, I believe. It's Mainsley and Sunshine going 1 and 2. The 1 Gold Cup 1 and the 1 coming around that last turner. Trying to hold it down. Palomaki flying fast on the last straight. Oh, man, things are changing up. Palomaki and the Gold Cup 1 of Mainsley. Palomaki and Swissman moving on. 9-10 girls cruisers, Shepard, Ellerton, Windows, Palomaki, Gray, Madden, Smith, and Nye. Going high, going low in that last turn. Albie's colors come out top. It's got to be the blue cheetah, Sawyer Smith. The National 25 comes flying down. She's taking the 1st spot. Gold Cup 3, Palomaki, and the 1 ride of the Viper, 1, 2, and 3. 13-14 girls cruiser class, Moto 28. The Tater Tot, Tongue Out, Little JT, Too Much, the Heartbreaker, and Not Crash. On the track right now, we're hitting that last turn, flying super fast. Got to be the World 3, Tollefson on the top spot. 2 ladies moving on. Little JT and Tongue Out Tilly getting it done. 15-16 girls cruisers, Moto 29. Huffman, Luptic, Pinero, Goldfarb, Sweet, and Kavner. Looks like Gordy's colors on the top spot. The Bomb, the World 4. Tatum Huffman ripping around that last turn all by herself. Albie's colors in the 2 spot. Got to be Pinero coming back at me. Huffman moving on. And the 713 of Alma, 1 and 2. 17-20 ladies cruisers, Barrett, Douglas, Ricky, Smith, Flynn, and Martin. Dipping down to that second turn right now. I'm putting the pump down. I got 3 ladies banging for 2 spots. Hitting that last turn and coming fast. Rider on top is the 1 ride for the Biolab crew right now. I got Martin in that 2 spot. The 1 and the Nag 9. Barrett and Martin moving on. Moto 31 on the track, the Mighty Mouse, McKenna Martin, Linda Zurich, Shelby Elder, Casey Hurley, and Leroy. Rider on top right now, got the Sharks gear on, got Northwest colors in the 2 spot. Going to be Elder and Martin going 1 and 2. The Nag 2 in the World 6 getting chased down by all of the rest of the ladies. Moto 31 coming down the last straight. BMX Sharks running the show. Elder's moving on with the Northwest BMX ride of McKenna Martin 1 and 2. (31-35) ladies cruisers. Heath, Ramsburg, Turner, McCoy, Schwartzentruber, and Smith Bradford. S squared colors and LBO colors rocking the top 2 spots right now. Florida S squared going to be Torque and Turner. Ashley Turner to the Nag 5. I got Whitney Schwartzentruber in that 2 spot. The Nag 5 and the 10 going 1 and 2. Got Smith Bradford back in the 3. 2 spots available here in the main event. (31-35) ladies cruisers. Turner, Schwartzentruber getting it done in the first round. (36-40) ladies cruisers on the track. I got Terry Peach, Abby Ellerton, Daniela Cifuentes, Patricia Hedges, and Michelle Simons. I got the 5 on top right now. That's Terry Peach. Snapback Racing in the 2 spot. Wicked Racing. Got to be Hot Sauce. Abby Ellerton, the Wicked Witch. Flying on that last turn. The 5 and the B rocking those top 2 spots. Oh, it's the C and the B. I'm sorry. Cifuentes on top. Cifuentes and Hot Sauce. Johnson, Bliss, Schaefer, and Lindemann. I got a Gold Cup plate on top rolling through that rhythm section right now. All 4 ladies in the 3rd straight. I believe Emily Schaefer on top of this one. One lady's going to be moving on to a 46-50 cruiser main event. Schaefer's on the 1. Lindemann's on the 2. One rider moving on. Emily gets it done. 56 and over, ladies cruisers. Lobler, Turner, and Jones. Total points racing today for the ladies. The moto number is 35, and 1 lady is gone. I'm going to take a guess. I'm going to say the National 46 of the Hot Flash, Kim Turner. Down the last straightaway, she rolls. Hot Flash on point for the first round. Turner gets the first round win. Jones and the Snail, 2 and 3. Seven under cruisers on the track. Moto 36, Merzane, Imperial, Ambrosiak, Melanson, and Galonic. Factory rip big colors on the top spot right now. Oh, things are changing up. Looks like the Imperial trying to take the top spot right there. Galonic coming back. Both the boys banging in the last turn. Trifecta and Rip going 1 and 2. Going high, going low. They're not done yet. Back in that 3 spot, chasing them down. Looks like Merzane, but only 2 riders moving on. The 9 and the Gold Cup 2. The Gold Cup 2 and the 9. D'Imperio, Galonic. Moto 37, Ellerton, Peixoto, Reynolds, Sikowski, and Shepard. In the zone colors on the top spot, I'm looking at Hollywood Reynolds. The Gold Cup 1 hitting that last turn, but I got 3 riders all coming at me fast. Reynolds on top of both of them. The Gold Cup 1 comes flying by. I got the 4 and the 13 pedaling it out. Reynolds and the 13 for Gold Coast Daylight, Lightning Liam. Moto 38, 8-year-old cruisers. Rupp, Adams, Halbert, Cassidy, Hicks, McConnell, and Jones. Gold Cup plate on the top spot right now. That's going to be the big dog, Cash Adams, for Davis Funko. Adams, he's moving on. 10 ride, Halbert, and the last spot's going to go to the Nag 7 ride of Rocky McConnell. 9-year-old cruisers on the track. I got Garber, Wegley, Buckholz, Besige, and Redmond. Down around that last turn, Gold Cup 2, doing it for the Identify crew. Levi Wegley flying fast down the last straightaway. Wegley's taking the top ticket. This one, 2 spots going to go to Nag 3. Redmond taking at the line. Biaggi, Madden, Hudzik, Reyes, and Schumann. Got to be the Nag 8 on top. Mason Biaggi running the show down in the last turn. I got Identified colors in that 2 spot. I'm looking at the Nag 4, Brady Hudzik. The Nag 8, the Nag 4 going 1 and 2. Biaggi, Hudzik checking out early. Moto 41, Smith, Semplis, Peterson, Massa, Aklopsik, and Dobell. Down around the last turn, we roll. Rider on top's got the 12 on his bike. That's Big Smitty, Gavin Smith. Smith's moving on. The 1 ride of Semplis and the Ninja, Dylan Oklopsik, 1, 2, and 3. 42 is your moto number. Beckley, Harp, Rennie, Gronis, Long, and Windows. Got to be Harp on top right now. The National 70 burning on last straightaway. I got Long in the 2 spot. We're taking 2. Harp and Long are moving on. Hill, Strayer, Belchel, Pommels, Van Eiterstein, and Galbali. Tomahawks on the top spot right now. Dream Team colors in that 2 spot. Got to be Galbali. Oh, yeah, the Tomahawk and Bentley flying down there. I got the Stray Cat back in that 3 spot trying to make some action happen. We got a whole straightaway left. The boys turn, they burn, they got the gas going fast. It's all Tommy Belcher, though, on the top side of this one. The Tomahawk is moving on with Bentley Galbali, 1 and 2. Twelve-year-old cruisers, Dawson, Barry, Hubbard, Seymour, Wise, Minell, and Clark. Last turn action going down. The 4 rides on top. That's the Hudsy man, Hudson Clark. Raptor BMX colors. Clark's moving on with the Nag 5 ride of Mad Max, 1 and 2. Second rack of the 12 cruiser class. Hoffman, Piper, Gray, Glonick, Massa, and Warner. Got to be the noisy boy on top. I'm looking for the C on the plate. It is Hoffman rocking around that last turn, trying to get the first round transfer spot. The noisy boy is moving on. 2 spot. The kid comes by. Warner. 13 crews on the track. Quick, Galbali, Beaver, Adkins, and Forster. Down to the last turn they go, and things are changing up. Coming at me fast. Rider on top has got 3 digits. That's got to be one and only BMX Benny. Benny on the top spot, and the 3 rider Galbali moving on. Reeves, Wettendorf, Johnson, and Marhafer. James Johnson on the top spot. Got Tyler Marhafer in that 2 spot right now. 3 riders out there. I should have 4. Looking for the thrill. Don't know where he's at. So James Johnson's checking out, and so is T-Bone. Tyler Marhafer, 1 and 2. 14-year-old cruisers on the track. Carrero, Owens, Lindemann, Piper, and Duhart. Got to be Cam Bam on the top spot. Cameron Piper, the National 17 running the show. In that 2 back there. I got a 5 on the plate. Got to be the Micah Owens. Here comes Tesla, though. Carrero trying to sneak in there. All 3 dudes going high and going low, and Carrero comes around the outside. Down that last straightaway. Cam Bama moving on. Carrero moving on. Moto 49, Schumann, Badaniak, Martin, and Tonkovic. The Wild Man's popping down the rhythm section right now. Got in the zone colors in the 2 spot. Got to be Badaniak. Tonkovic, Badaniak going 1 and 2 and that whole straightaway roll. The 4 ride checking out with the 3 bike, 1 and 2. Van Eiderstein, Stafford, Dawson, Gross, Jones, Simons, Moscato, and Retos. Crank out colors on the top spot. I'm looking at the Moose. Anthony Moscato. Moscato got everyone right up in his hip pocket. Looks like Chippendale on the 2 spot. Got to be Hoodie B coming at me fast. The Moose, Vredos, and Dawson moving on. And here come your 16-year-old cruisers. Moto 51, Schmidt, Monk, Kropp, Whitaker, Hamill, and Amico. TNT colors on top. I'm going to say that's AJ Amico. Amico goes popping to the last turn. Got Sia colors in the 2 spot. The Gold Cup 2, Wesley Hamill. Amico and Hamill are taking the only 2 transfers in the first round. (1720) cruisers, Moto 52, Ferguson, Skinner, Meyer, Bramer, and Thomas. Down to the last turn, looks like we got 2 riders going super fast right now. Mangler colors on top. Going to be the 2 rider Ferguson, but I got Bramer on the outside. Both boys moving on. Ferguson, Bramer, getting it done. Vellador, Felser, Marshall, and Magan. Profile colors on top. Drake Vellador, the Nag 8, getting chased down by the Answer Factory rider Max Marshall, 1 and 2. The Nag 8, the Nag 9 going 1 and 2. Magan back in that 3 spot. Felser in the 4. 2 riders checking out of this one. The Profile Racing rider Vellador is getting it done, and the Answer Factory rider Max Marshall, 1 and 2. Moto 54, 21 30-year-old cruisers. Ellis, Alan Sonoran, O'Connor, Kennedy, and Bonzel. I got the Spartan on top right now. Got a Gold Cup plate in that 2 spot. But it's all Alan Sonoran on the 1. Wrenchman Racing getting it done, flying around that last turn. In the 2 spot, the Gold Cup 1's going to be Adam Kennedy for FXR. The Spartan and Kennedy moving on 1 and 2. Moto 55, Engelman, Zurich, Harney, and Mona Smith. Triple 1 on the top spot. Austin Harney doing it for the Ghost BMX national team. I got USA gear in that 2 spot as they fly around that last turn. Going to be the 22 of Zurich. So Harney and Zurich are moving on. Moto 56, Hoffman, Nye, and Gay. Total points racing for the day. Black Crown colors running the show down into turn 2. That's T. Hoff, the J Ride. Tyler Hoffman flying super fast. In the 2 spot, looks like Gay and Nye going 2 and 3. Total points racing, though. They got 2 more rounds after this one to get it all settled out. Coming down at me, Black Crown of Hoffman, Gay and Nye, 2-3. Moto 58, Adam, Swap, Andrews, Hardman, and Porter. Down that last straightaway is the World 6 at Coach Lubes. And I turned 2 pages on accident, so Lubes moves on. And now I got Adam, Swap, Andrews, Hardman, and Porter. Andrews on the top spot, the Mangler getting it done. George flying on the last turn of the 101, trying to take one of these 2 spots. In the 2 spot coming down the last straight, Andrews moves on with the Nag 7 ride of the Lone Wolf Rob. Porter for the Daylight Crew, 1 and 2. 4650 cruiser class, Wagner, Skinner, Stimmitz, Peterson, Good, and Monk. Sia Colors back on top. I'm looking for Corey Skinner, the World 8 in the 2 spot. Factory Senate LSG. Got to be the Panda. 1 and 2 they roll. 4650 cruisers down the last straight. The World 8's checking out with the 3 ride of the Panda. 1 and 2. 5155 cruiser class. Mag, Lambert, Miller, Markarian, and Kennedy. Down around the second turn, we got a battle for the top spot. Looks like Chris Kennedy and Ron Markarian going 1 and 2. The Nag 6 in the Gold Cup 1 flying down in the last turn, but it's all Black Crown on top. Ohio Elite BMX in that 2 spot. 2 riders checking out of the Moto 60. Kennedy's going to pick up the win. Markarian's going to move on with him. Moto 61, Hurley, Bramer, Rogers, and LaMaglia. J&R Colors down into turn 2. Going to be Domingos LaMaglia on the top spot. In the 2 spot, got to be Jammin' Jimmy Bramer. The Nag 7 and the Rock 1 going 1 and 2 down to turn 3. J&R and Power FX Speedco. LaMaglia and Jammin' Jimmy moving on. .56-60 cruiser class. Moto 62. Prince, Curry, Angus, Chavone, and Brainham. Chippendale Colors rocking the top spot. Going to be the 78 ride of Curry. Got Chavone in that 2 spot for the Stay Strong crew. Looks like it's going to be Brainham back in that 3 spot, but only 2 riders checking out here. The 7-8 and the Nag 2. Curry and Chavone moving on. Moto number is 63. Goldston, Smith, Goodall, and Moore. SE Colors on the top spot right now. Mad Dog Colors in that 2 spot. Smith, Moore going 1 and 2. Tony Smith, SE Racing, the Mad Dog ride of Randy Moore, the blocker, coming down the last straight. The 6 and the 4 are moving on. Moto 64, Merritt, Kohler, Bercier, Lobler, May, True, and Ibarra. 61-65 cruisers. 3 riders checking out of this one. Down around the last turn we go. Rider on top's got a giant 6 on his plate. That's going to be Bercier, the 16 and the Gold Cup 1. Merritt and May, 1, 2, and 3. Round of applause for our down rider, everybody. And here come the Little Tykes. Melanson, Guan, Belcher, Patton, Ike, Davis, Dotson, and Heisler. The 500 Novice banging down that second straight. One rider is taking off all by himself down into turn 2. They're lined up 1 through 8. We got a full rack of Little Cats today. Rider on top is the 254 of Will Patton, I believe. Patton on top, flying down in the last turn. Marysville local looking to get this one locked up in the first round. Flying back at us, the 254, Will Patton. He's going to be moving on. 2 spot, the 434, Grayson Heisler. Patton gets the win. Heisler gets the 2 spot, and the last transfer's going to the 237 of Kane Dotson, Spider-Man. Moving on. Moto 66, the 6-year-old novices. Blake Seitzinger, Lily Sullivan, Memphis Williams, Bodie Loy, and Amber Shaughnessy. Flying down that second straight. I'm looking for the 35 on top right now. Blake Seitzinger on the one right now. Full send racing, flying down around turn 2. Here we go. We got the 3-5 on top with the 2-1-8 in the 2 spot. That's Loy. Back in the 3 spot, the 3-1-9. Memphis Williams going 1, 2, and 3, but it's all Seitzinger on top. Seitz trying to get it done. Full send racing around that last turn. Ryder in the 2 spot. Bodie Loy coming fast. The 3-5 will be moving on with the 2-1-8. 1 and 2. Total points racing for the 7 Novice today. Moto number is 67. I got Stinkerbell, Remy Prelip, and Mason Rister. Marysville colors on the top spot right now, but the second place ride dips in there and takes over the top ticket. Going to be the 779 on top right now. Prelip on the 1, Rister on the 2 spot. Stinkerbell back on the 3. 1, 2, 3, they fly. But it's all Remy on the 1 right now. Trying to grab the ace in the first round of this total points action. The 779 and 723 flying down that last straightaway. Both of them still want the win in the first round. 779 picks it up. Prelip, Rister, Simons. Moto number 68, the 9-year-old novice class. Jace Rodriguez, Otto Davis, Landon Sewell, Raiden Malmquist, Isabella Worthington, and Cameron Larison. The 9 novices are lined up 1 through 4. 2 spots available here in the first round. Moto number 68. Hitting that second turn right now. The rider on top is the 598 Otto Davis. Davis got Isabella Worthington in that 2 spot. Another Marysville rider in that 3. Through the rhythm section they go. 2 spots available. Here we come. Otto Davis, the 598, still rocking the top spot right now. Davis, the 42, the 598, and the 42 are moving on. Total points racing once again for the 10 Navi class. Luke Little got the win yesterday, but he's not on top right now. It's going to be Gibson Geyer on top. The 271 and the 342 going 1 and 2 with the 563 back in that 3 spot. Oh, man, things are changing up. Little goes around the outside. Top spot goes down, loses a pedal. The Misfits come back at us. Little, Bronson, Geyer, 1, 2, and 3. Twelve-year-old novices, Moto 70, Cadence Phillips, Leah Ankrum, Cole Burkhead, and Amelia Lineball. LBO colors go popping down to the last turn. Got to be Burkhead on the 1, the 505, trying to grab the only transfer spot here in the first round. Pumping his way down that last straightaway. The LBO ride of Burkhead is moving on. Moto 71, Bronson, Romansky, Ali, Baxter, Zimmerman, Hathaway, and Keller. 5-6-0 on top right now. I got the 920 in the 2 spot. Romansky and Hathaway going 1 and 2, pumping their way through that rhythm section down to the last turn, but 3 riders are going straight to the show out of this one. The 560, Sam Romansky, Lakeshore dude, he's moving on. Hathaway, check it out, and the last spot's going to go to the Gold Cup 1 of Ali, 1, 2, and 3. Total points racing for the 16 novice class. Hayden Thomas, Kaylin Bonzel, and Cecilia Archer. It's got to be Hayden Thomas on the 1 spot, the 231, trying to grab the first round ace. The girls chasing him down to that last turn. Thomas on the 1, though. He's going to pick it up. I got Archer, Bonzel going 2 and 3. Thomas, Archer, Bonzel in the first round. Deal, Egan, Swissman, Easterling, Mellinson, and Marr. I got Easterling on top, got Mellinson in that 2 spot. It's Misfit and Pack going 1 and 2 around that last turn, but it's all Jason Easterling on the 1 right now. Scott Mellinson in the 2 spot. The 74 and the 212 are moving on. And the 500 intermediate class, Katswara, Bellinson, Stover, Ramsburg, and Parmer. I got RPM on the top spot. The 98 turns and burns down the third straightaway. The 157 in the 2 spot is Stover. Mellinson, Stover, 1 and 2. Midwest Mafia colors back in that 3 spot. Got to be Pierce Parmer. Parmer going to the 2 spot, trying to check out of this one. It's Pack and the Mafia going 1 and 2 down the last straightaway. RPM getting the thing done. Mellinson, he's moving on. 2 spots going to go to Parmer. We dropped a rider over in the second straight. Garber, Marawelli, Shanahan, Bradley, Lomascolo, Moto 75 on the track, the 6-year-old intermediate class. Lomascolo on the one right now, rocking down that third straightaway. Send it BMX on the top of this one. Moto number 75. Noah trying to get the first round win. Rider in that 2 spot, chasing him down, is the 38 of the short stack, Grayson Bradley. The 8-1 and the 3-8 go 1 and 2 in the first round. When you get a chance, go check out the vendors over here on Two Wheels, Full Tilt, Identify. Got a bunch of awesome food trucks. The waffles were amazing. The peanut butter and jelly waffle, fantastic. 50-50s going around. Raffle baskets going to be pulled today, I think. Right, looks like our down rider's going to ride it out. Big round of applause. Moto number 76, the second rack of the 6-year-old intermediate class, taking 2 more to a main event here as they round that first turn. Garrett Knoll, Cohen McKittrick, the Keterbug, Keaton Whited, and the speedster, Arlo Plappert. I got the Keterbug and Plappert going 1 and 2. Got Marysville gear back in that 3 spot. Got to be McKittrick 1, 2, and 3 with Knoll in the 4. Down around the second turn we go. The Rock 1 comes out top side. The Keterbug, the speedster, pumping their way through the rhythm section. Wicked and Bluegrass getting it done in the top 2 tickets right now. But it's all whited on the 1. The Rock 1 going to be transferred on with the Gold Cup 3, 1 and 2. Whited Plappert moving on. Neiman, Thiebaud, Atkins, Forster, Gunter, Amico, Gerges, and Brown. 23 on top. Trip Thiebaud, get it done. I got TNT colors in that 2 spot. Chasing down going to be Dominic Amico. Thiebaud, Amico, 1 and 2. The 23 and the 81 getting chased down by everyone else, but 3 riders are checking into a main event here in the first round, but it's all Trip on the 1. Albie's colors down the last straightaway. Thiebaud's moving on. TNT in the 2. Amico's moving on with the 2, 1, 5, and Neiman for Powers. 1, 2, and 3. 8-year-old intermediates hitting the second turn behind me. Grote, Malmquist, Phillips, and Ramsburg. Waterford colors going topside. I'm looking for Alexander Malmquist, the 29 ride. In that 2 spot, I got Wicked colors. Got to be Ramsburg. The 2-9 and the 3-5 banging for the top ticket right now, but only 1 rider transferred on, and that rider's going to be the 29 ride of Malmquist. 9-year-old intermediates. We got 10 riders in the group today. The first rack of them, Asher Schumann, Graham Jacko, Garrett Grote, Bryson Med, and Marcelo Vasquez. 2-5 on top, the Gare Bear for ASN, Racing and Fly. Garrett Grote, he's going to be taking the top transfer spot with the 5-0 ride of Asher Schumann, 1 and 2. Sullivan, Lipschitz, Marawelli, Cole, and Lineball. 33 on top right now. Got Sprocket Kings colors in the 2 spot, chasing him down, but the 33 ride is going to be Leo Lipschitz. Lipschitz racing down on the last turn. Oh, boys, high-lowing each other and coming back at me. Gold Cup 3 on top. Nicky Lineball taking over. Sprocket Kings on top of this one. Gold Cup 3, 33. Lineball and Lipschitz moving on. Down the last straightaway, 76 and the 56, going 1 and 2. Bonzel and Stanton moving on. Brown, Adkins, Robar, Ibarra, Sweargin, and Duduk. 144 on top. Justin Adkins, Misfits Racing, trying to take one of the 2 transfer spots. Adkins, he's moving on with the 3-3 ride of Ibarra, 1 and 2. Misfits and Waterford colors checking out. Van Eiderstein, Wallace, Peyton, Gegner, Keller, Forster, Olachea, and Elliton. Got to be Van Eiderstein on the 1-pack. Colors ripping on the last turn. 3 riders going to 11 intermediate main event. The 1-5 on top. Got Olachea in the 2 spot. Van Eiderstein, Olachea checking out with the 83 ride of Gegner. 1, 2, and 3. Pack, LBO, and Wicked getting it done in the first round. 12-year-old intermediates, Thompson, Hoover, Schmidt, Swiney, and Barry. Mason Barry on the 1 spot right now, ripping down in the last turn. I got no excuse colors in that 2 spot. Got to be Jacob Schmidt. Schmidt takes over the top spot. Schmidt, Barry, 1 and 2. The 80 and the 13 are moving on. Ibarra, Kirkpatrick, and Ankrum. The B right on top. Right now is Ethan Ankrum, Westerville colors down the last straightaway. Total points racing today for the 13er class. Ankrum, the B right gets the first round. Ibarra and Kirkpatrick, 2 and 3. Peyton, Henderson, Duhart, Higginbotham, and Jacko. Rounded that last turn and putting the gas on right now. The 53 ride is gone. Ahead racing, Cooper Higginbotham. He's moving on with the cavalry ride of Jacob Jacko, 1 and 2. Book, Link, Schwarzentrooper, and Rister. 14 inners banging down that second straight. This is Moto 86-2. Around the second turn we go. 4-3 on top, Sammy Book. Book on that top spot right now, trying to hold it down. The other 3 riders going for that 2 spot because Sammy is gone. Wrenchman Racing burns that last turn. The 43 is flying right now. Book, he moves on. 2 spot. The 0-5-2 of Landon Rister going to hold it on. Schmidt, Bradley, and Newhart. Total points racing for the day. I got Marysville Gullers on the top spot down in the last turn. JW colors in the 2 spot. That's the terrible Anthony Bradley, but the rider on top at the moment got to be Evan Schmidt. The 1-6-7. Schmidt, Bradley, Newhart, 1, 2, and 3. The 1-6-7, the 3-7, and the 74. 1, 2, 3. Moss, Goldfarb, Renzi, Hoover, and Guest. One rider is way on the top right now as they hit that last turn. Flying down the last straightaway. The 23 ride coming back at me. Alex Hoover for 468 Designs. He's going to get the top ticket to this one. The 2 spot's going to go to the 659 ride of Austin Guest. 1 and 2. Jansen, Bonzel, Watson, and Baker. Looks like the Nintendo on top with Tony in the 2 spot right now. Jansen, Watson going 1 and 2. The 64 and the 128 looking to change. Oh, Watson takes over. Jansen goes back to the 2 spot. The boys go flying in down to the last turn. Tony and Luke going 1 and 2. Watson, Jansen, the 128 and the 64. Jansen going to pick it up the line. Both boys moving on. .26-35 intermediates. Hartline, Gunter, Whited, Hayes, and Johnson. Wicked colors on top right now. That's got to be White. I got Gate 9 colors in the 2 spot. Whited, Gunter, 1 and 2. Wubbs back in that 3. All the boys around the last turn. 2 riders checking straight into a main event. The number plate list. Whited and the 31 ride of Gunter. Get your number plate on, Papa Smurf. Get your number plate on. Down around the last turn, 41-45 intermediates. The Rock one is rolling. Crow Jeremy is taking the only transfer in Moto 91. 46-50 intermediates. Hoover, Wagon Blast, Brookover, and Zurich. The Bulldog goes popping down. SE Colors in the top spot right now. The 153 on point. Going 1 9 2 spot. Chasing out is Ron Zurich for ZMX Racing. SE and ZMX going 1 and 2. The Bulldog, Mike Brookover, trying to get the first round transfer and the only transfer here in the first round. The 153. We'll see you boys in the main event. 51-55 intermediates. Black, Dragna, Gamalkowitz, Wallace, Bentley, Jennings, and Washington. 581 and the 175 going 1 and 2 right now. That's going to be Big Wash and Big D. Wash and D going down in the last turn, but we're taking 3 riders to the main event, but it's all Bart Washington. JBC Racing Flow Vision on the top spot. The 581's checking out. The 125 Big D and the 100 rider Dragna 1, 2, and 3. 56 and over intermediates, Moto 94, Viegas, Kilcullen, Gallen, Kloss, Gay, Kohler, Homan, and Gillen. Oh, man, they're all getting bunched up right there. Ferret Colors come out on the top spot. Everyone coming down that third straightaway. We're taking 3 of these guys, and I got 5 of them in the last turn at the same time. Coming around the last turn looks like Crazy Kloss rocking the steel wheels gear. Flying fast, the Gold Cup 3, he's moving on. 62 right at the 2 spot. That's the Waffalo, Homan, and the last spot's going to the 206 of Kilcullen, 1, 2, and 3. Let's give this gentleman a round of applause, everybody. 5 and under girls experts. Welcome to the girls club, everyone. Moto number 5 is on the number 95 is on the track. Sophiezy, Peaches, the Halloween Queen, and the Heartbreaker. It's Jones on top of Sophiezy right now with the Queen back in the 3 spot. Peaches in the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. They fly around the second turn, and they burn. Wicked Colors on top right now. Wicked rolling hot, dead set, and no excuses going 2 and 3. Hole straight and a half left, and the girls are all going to the last turn at the same time. Sophiezy dips low. Heartbreaker back to the 2 spot. Falling down the last straight. Cora and the Queen, 1, 2, and 3. Sophiezy gets the win. The Queen will get the 2, but Fong is the only one moving on. Moto 96, 6-year-old girls experts. Cowell, Sunday, Pangione, and Johnson. Looks like the 4 on top right now. Ricky Barbie for the Chaos Squad. River Sunday flying down into turn 2, and we got no excuses colors in the 2 spot. Got to be Cowell. Sunday, Cowell 1 and 2. Alto off the pedal, but right back on it. That's going to be Johnson and Sassy Pants and Super Duper Z going 3 and 4. One of these ladies is moving on, and River Sunday is rolling down that last straightaway. The Chaos Squad is checking out the 4 bike. Donald, Holiday, Nice, and Nye. Rock one on top right now. Going to be little MJ on the top spot, making her way through that rhythm section. I got Holiday on the 1. It's going to be Nye, Donald, and Nice, 2, 3, and 4. But it is all little MJ. The Rock one down the last straightaway. Holiday is taking the only transfer in the first round. Moto 98, Palomaki, Sunday, Swissman, and Walgren. It's got to be the Rockstar on top right now, ripping through that rhythm section. Got Sunday in the 2 spot, I believe. The Gold Cup 2 and the C going 1 and 2. Yes, it is. Palomaki, Sunday, 1, 2 down around that last turn. One of these ladies is checking out. They're battling down the last straightaway. The Gold Cup 2 is going to be the first one to the line. Palomaki moving on. Shepard, Snyder, Windows, and Montgomery. Moto number 99, 9-year-old girls experts, and we got a good one going down that third straightaway right now. All 4 riders dip into that last turn at the same time. We got 1 spot available in the main event. Who's it going to go to? Right now, the rider on top is the World 8 ride flying back down. Smiley Collie Shepard got the Nag 9 in the 2 spot, but it's Smiley Collie moving on in the first round. Madden, Plappert, Kennedy, Shotwell, Ellerton, and Nye. Speedy Edie on the top side of this one, rolling fast. Got bluegrass colors. Got to be the Pop-Tart in the 2 spot. Plappert, Shotwell, Plappert 1 and 2 around the last turn. 10-year-old girls experts flying fast back at us. The 5 bike is checking out with the D bike. Shotwell, Plappert 1, 2. Smith, Farrell, Beck, Gray, and Palomaki. I got the blue cheetah on top right now. I got a nag 14 in the 2 spot. That's Big Trouble Brooklyn Beck for SeaTac BMX. The blue cheetah, Sawyer Smith. Albie send it box. The world 8 around the last turn and flying fast. She's looking to get the win the first round. Smith is moving on with the nag 14 of Big Trouble Beck, 1 and 2. And how about a round of applause for our down rider? Shanahan, Ambrosiak, Alvarez, and Bruni. J&R colors go down in the last turn. The World 1 is rocking the top ticket right now. Malia Alvarez flying super fast. She's going to get the only transfer spot in this round in Moto 102. Adloff, Waddle, Alvarez, Tollefson, Bem, and Kutris. Little JT on top. And now got the nag 11 out there with the BMX Sharks flying down that second straightaway. That's Adloff and Alvarez banging for that 2 spot, but it's all little JT for box on top right now. Down that last turn she goes, and from down the last straightaway, the nag 4 is moving on with the nag 11 stretching it out. Grace Adloff. 13 girls experts, Pierce, Tilly, Wilson, and Ryan. Oh, we got a banger for the top spot. Now got tongue out Tilly getting chased down by Factory Send It LSG. Going to be Wilson. It's Tilly and Wilson 1 and 2. 0-9 and Send It coming back at us. One of these girls is checking out. The nag 11 and the nag 9. Tongue out Tilly is moving on. Moto 105, 14 girls experts. The Purple Pickle, BB, Faster, Quincy Chambers, and Tegan Clark. Full tilt colors on the top spot. Got to be Faster, Bobby Gilman. In the 2 spot, got the USA gear. I'm looking for Tegan Clark, the Gold Cup 2. It's Gilman and Clark going 1 and 2 around the last turn and down the last straight. Moto number 105. The nag 6 in the GC2. Gilman and Clark moving on. And how about a round of applause for our rider down here in the last turn? She's going to ride it out. More 14 girls experts come flying down out of the gate and down that first straightaway. Addison Spencer, Kyrie Sweet, Kaylee Sarasa, Tatum Pierce, and Grace McMillan. Rolling fast down into the second turn right now. Rider on top is the World 6 of Sarasa doing the Black Widow gear. Got McMillan in that 2 spot. Cyclecraft colors in the 3 spot. Got to be Tater Tot. 1, 2, 3, they roll. Sarasa running the show. The World 6 trying to check out this one, and she will. Sarasa's moving on. 2 spots going to go 2. Grace going to stretch it out for the Airborne crew. Black Widow and Airborne going 1 and 2 in the first round. Moto number 107, 15-16 girls experts. Sweet, Jones, Cyrus, Suey, Custer, Gish, and Sutherland. Got to be Cyrus on top right now. The nag 9 turns and burns. Down the last straight she goes. Got the World 6 in the 2 spot. Cyrus, Jones. Moving on to a main event. Moto number 108, Pinero, Searfoss, Huffman, Kavner, Nealon, and Claridge. Gordy's colors on the top spot. S-square in the 2 spot right now, flying super fast. The Gordy's ride is going to be the Bomb. Tatum Huffman. The S-squared ride is going to be Crazy Legs. The Bomb and Crazy Legs going 1 and 2. The nag 3 and the nag 7 are moving on. $17.20 ladies experts. Smith, Elder, Miller, Sam Hammer, Flynn, Martin, and Kelly. Remix colors on top. The World 5. The Sus Slammer, Sam Hammer on the 1 right now. She's moving on to a main event with the pilot, Mila Kelly. Sam Hammer and Kelly Remix and Reggie's 1 and 2. Yackelson, Salisbury, Barrett, Ricky, Jordan, and Martin. Marion Colors taking off top side. Yackelson on the 1 right now. Looks like Emmett back in that 2 spot. Yackelson and Martin going 1 and 2. Marion, Alto around the last turn. Ryder in that 3 spot trying to make some action happen. Got to be the Mad Rabbit. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, yeah. Martin takes over. She gets the win. Yackelson also moves on. (21:30) ladies experts. Pacheco, Coleman, March, Walbert, and Murphy. Devin Murphy on the top spot, ripping around that last turn. Black Widow colors in the 2 spot. Going to be the World 1 of Heather Coleman. Murphy and Coleman, the Nag 1 and the World 1, are moving on. (41:50) ladies experts. Bates, Ambrosiak, Johnson, Badaniak, and Bliss. In the zone colors on the top spot right now, Sonia Badaniak on the 1. 2 ladies moving on. I got Ambrosiak for the Sprocket Kings National Factory team in that 2 spot. Badaniak, Ambrosiak, the 5 and the L coming down that last straightaway. Badaniak and Ambrosiak are moving on. Five and under experts. Moto 113, Edwards, Beck, Horseman, Scheibel, and Ike. Misfits colors back on the top spot. The 43 once again. Gavin Edwards looking to get that first round transfer. Edwards on top. Ryder in that 2 spot. Popping in there. Got the wicked gear on. That's going to be the kid, Kendall Horseman. It's Edwards and Horseman 1 and 2 down in the last turn. I believe Willie Jason that 3 spot trying to make some action happen. Scheibel flying down the last straightaway. Gavin Edwards, he's moving on. 2 spots going to go to Wheelie Jace. Total points racing for the 6-year-old expert class. The Lil Dog, Holden Adams, Fast Lane, Parker Elton, and the Boss, Bryce Ross. S-squared colors on top, going to be Ross right now. The Boss, get it done. The Rock 1 flying down to the last turn. Ryder in that 2 spot. Got the Davis Funko gear on. Going to be the Little Dog Adams. Ross, Adams, Elton 1, 2, and 3. The Rock 1, the 6, and the 4. 1, 2, and 3 in the first round. Moto 115 down that 3rd straightaway. Wegley, Watson, Mirzayan, Shepard, Sikowski, and Imperio, and that's got to be the 98 of Walker. Watson on top. Yes, it is. Watson around that last turn, flying down that last straightaway. Walker, he's going to get the first round win. He's moving on with the Nag 20 rider, Joel Wegley, 1 and 2. Reynolds, Salva, Guan, Glonek, Furcatch, and Pashota. It's got to be Hollywood Reynolds for the in the zone on the top spot right now. Got no excuses colors in that 2 spot. I'm looking at Jumpin' Jacks. Hollywood and Jacks coming back at me. The National 56 and the Nag 11 going 1 and 2 in the first round and moving on. All right, 8-year-old experts on the track, Moto 117. 16 riders in the class, and we are going to semis in this one. Cox, Kloss, Jones, McConnell, Halbert, and Cassidy. Reggie's colors on top right now, ripping down that 3rd straightaway. Got to be Tucker Cassidy. I got the C ride in the 2 spot. That's a solid assassin. Grayson Cox for the Black Widow crew. Reggie's Black Widow 1 and 2 down on the last turn. Flying fast, 2 riders checking into a semi. The 11 ride is rolling. Cassidy's moving on. 2 spots going to go to. The Nag 10 comes by. McConnell picks it up at the line. Clark, Clements, Calhoun, Johnson, and Adams. Bluegrass colors go top, pop into the 2nd turn. That's going to be the Jet Clements on the 1. Oh, man, someone goes low on him right there. I believe Big Dog Cash Adams takes over the top spot for Davis Funko on the 1. Bunch of California boys out here having a good time. California riders, let's put it that way. The Nag 18, Adams, and the G-Ride of Clements. Moving on to a semi-main event. Moto 119, Shaughnessy, Rupp, Hickson, Dixon. More 8 experts on the track. Rolling through the rhythm section right now. I got 4 of them banging for 2 spots. As they round this last turn and burn for home, I got a Nag 7 on top right now. Wild West Hicks, he's taking a top ticket. We got 3 riders coming back at me, though. Mafia trying to hold on. 25. The gate 9 ride of the Bear picks up that 2 spot. Moto 120, Short, Atkins, Reyes, Leonetti, Hudzik, and Evans. 9-year-old experts got to go to a semi-main event today. This is the first rack of them. Nag 20 on top. The 6th kid, Jacoby Leonetti. He's taking a spot with the identifier ride of Brady Hudzik, 1 and 2. George, Basij, Garber, Wegley, and Redmond. Looks like the hot rod on top right now. Got airborne colors in that 2 spot. Got to be Garber. Redmond, Garber 1 and 2. The Nag 8 and the 10 going 1 and 2. But I got another rider trying to sneak in there. Looks like Wegley back in that 3 spot. Down the last straight we roll. Nag 8 of the hot rod and the 10 ride of Garber, 1 and 2. Lander, Biaggi, Hedges, Buckholz, and Lineball. Mason Biaggi on the top spot right now, rolling through that rhythm section. The Nag 19 is gone. In the 2 spot, I got Parker Buckholz looking to check out. Biaggi, Buckholz, 1 and 2. Let's hear it for all of our down riders, everybody. One more round of love, please. And here come our 10-year-old experts. Moto number is 123. Big Smitty, Gray Man, Ninja, Siniga, Semplis, Peterson, and Boost It. And Boost It is on top. The Mafia goes popping down into turn 2. Got J&R colors in the 2 spot. Got to be Siniga. The 1 in the Nag 13 going 1 and 2. Got the Ninja Klopsic back in the 3 spot, but only got 2 spots available. Everyone down in the last turn at the same time. Here they come. The 10 experts flying down the last straightaway. Still going to be Boost It and the Gold Cup 2. Peterson, Gasaway, Westfall, Dobell, Johnson, and Ton. Got to be Slay on the top spot. Power Effects, Speed Code, Nag. The B-Ride coming down that last straightaway. Slay is rolling way out on the top side. He's checking out with the Outlaw Gavin Ton, 1 and 2. Power Effects and Factory Send It LSG, 1 and 2. Graves, Rennie, Strayer, Gronis, Bryant, and Williams. Redmond colors on the top spot. I'm looking at the Fireball, Wyatt Williams, the National 57 getting it done on the top spot. The Mighty Mouse trying to dip low, but here comes Factory selling it LSG. Got to be Spot him, got him out there battling with the Mighty Mouse. Williams still on top. Got him taking over the 2 spot. Flying down that last straightaway, the Fireball and Spot him, got him are moving on in round 1. Check. Back in Moto 123, it was the Nag 13 grabbing that 2nd spot. Siniga moves on. Down the last straightaway, National 86, Harps moving on with the 5, stretching it out. The finisher, Badania, grabbing that 2 spot. Custer, Smallwood, Long, Warner, and Beckley. Flying faster on the last turn, Moto number 127 comes banging down the last straight. Riker Long, Landstar Racing way out on top. That dude's moving on with the 4-7 ride of Logan Custer, 1 and 2. All right, last rack of the 11 experts on the track. Windows, Pommels, Belcher, Easterling, and Hudzik. Moto 128 down on the first turn. It looks like the Tomahawk, Tommy Belcher, taking off for the Wicked Crew. In that 2-spot, chasing him down right now, I believe, is King Kong, Kingston Pommels. The Tomahawk and King Kong going 1 and 2 down around turn 2 with Misfits Colors back in the 3-spot. Got to be JJ Easterling. 1, 2, and 3 they roll. Velocity Colors banging that 5-spot or 4-spot right now, but only 2 riders checking out. King Kong goes topside. Tomahawk back to the 2. The 6 and the 5 are both moving on. Twelve-year-old experts Hubbard, Rabinowitz, Wise, Takanaga, and Stravapolis. I got Flying Ryan on the top spot. Claiborne Colors come dipping around that last turn. The Nag 20 trying to grab the win the first round. The 3 ride coming back in the 2 spot is Hubbard. It's going to be Flying Ryan and Hurry Up. Claiborne and Liberty 1 and 2 in Moto 129. 130 down around turn 2. Clark, Miller, Hill, Ako, and Santana. The UFO doing it for the Alto crew. Carew, Ako, the Nag 7 hits that last turn. He's got Santana in that 2 spot. The Cannon chases him down. The UFO and the Cannon coming back at me. Both these boys, the Nag 7 and the Gold Cup 2, are moving on. 131, Minell, Gray, Warner, Piper, and Galonic. Got to be Mad Max on the top spot right now. Got the Kid, Marshall Warren in the 2 spot. The Nag 5 and the Nag 11 going 1 and 2 at the moment. Warner's coming by. Minell's also moving on. More 12X trying to check into a semi-main event. Moto 132. Janzewski, Massa, Good, Hoffman, and Shotwell. Down around the last turn, looks like the 13 rocking the top spot right now. Going to be Cash Shotwell. Shots down the last straightaway. Shotty's moving on. 2 spots. Going to go to the 10 ride of the noisy boy, Mike Hoffman. 1 and 2. Johnson, Martinez, Frank, Marhafer, Beck, and Purchase. Flying super fast on the last turn. The C-Bike is gone. Evan Frank is flying. Got Purchase in that 2 spot looking to check out. Frank. Purchase, 1 and 2. Wilkie, Goris, Reeves, Galbali, Wettendorf, and Westfall. J&R and Black Crown on the top 2 spots. Right now going to be Dalton Reeves on the 1 spot. Espen Wilkie in the 2 spot. Nag 8. Nag 11. Wilkie's going to get the win. Goris going to get the 2. Wilkie, Goris, 1 and 2. Collins, Janzewski, Quick, Forster, Dahl, and Hart. Janzewski on the top spot right now, flying through there. Got Mangler Colors in the 2 spot, trying to hold it down. Going to be Caleb Dahl, but here comes BMX Benny down on that last turn. It's all Rampage right now. Nag 14, Janzewski, and BMX Benny moving on. .136, Carrero, King, Thiebaud, Martin, and Piper. Cam Bama doing his thing. The Nag 18 rips around that last turn. HRP Designs on the 1. Got JR Colors. Going to be the King, Brady King, Cam Bama, and King checking out to a semi-main event. 137 Jamoto numbers also trying to move into a semi-main event. Behan, Owens, Robb, Schumann, and Tonkovich. Trainwreck Colors all over that top spot. The Wild Man, Muggy Tonkovich flying around the last turn. The 4 Blake trying to get the win here in the first round. Got a 5 chasing him down. That's Turner Robb. 4, 5, 1, 2. Moving on, Tonkovich, Robb. Savino, Schatz, Badaniak, Linfield, and Gish. Andrew Savino, Jet Racing on the top spot. I got Trainwreck Colors in that 2 spot. Got to be Nasty Nate trying to hold it down. Oh, boys. The Badaniak back to the 3 spot. The 11 and the 5-5. Savino and Linfield getting it done. 1, 2. Hayes, Stokes, Lousman, Jones, and Douglas. National 69, E. Dougie on the top for the S-Squared Factory team as they rip that last turn. 2 riders going to a quarter here in the 15X class. E. Dougie gets it done. National 94, Mason Hayes in the 2 spot. S-Squared and Mongoose moving on. Dawson, Cameron, Simons, Mendito, and Moscato. Factory Black Crown, Gavin Mendito on the top spot right now. Got Crank Out Colors in the 2 spot, going to be the Moose. The Skull Crush from the Moose rolling 1, 2 down in the last turn. Got Dawson back in that 3 spot. The boys turn, they burn, they fly down the last straight, but it's Black Crown and Crank Out checking out. The Nag 9 and the 14, 1 and 2. Forster, Batoli, Stafford, Rowe, and Aquilio. Factory send at LSG going to be the Ozman, Ozzy Rowe, the R bike down around the last turn, flying fast. Daylight colors in the 2 spot going to be Bertoli, Rowe, Bertoli, the R in the Nag 11, 1 and 2. Dye, Deswan, Vredos, Cauley, and Dahl. I got Cauley on top right now, rolling through that third straightaway. Chippendale colors in the 2 spot. Got to be Hoodie B. It's Dahl and Vredos, 1 and 2. The C and the 12 flying on the last turn. Right on that 3 spot, trying to make some action happen. It's Dahl back there right now, but it's going to be Cauley and Vredos are moving on. Mooney, Van Eiderstein, Miller, Holton, and Gross. Moto number 143 down through the rhythm section in the last turn. The boys, last rack of the 15 expert class. More riders trying to go to a quarter main event. And Big John Mooney, he's going to get the win with the one ride of the air show. Aiden Gross, 1 and 2. 10-year-old experts, 16-year-old experts, Alexander, Titus, Bruni, Hamill, Monk, and Van Cleve. Tommy Bruni, full tilt radio on the last turn. The National 15 is rolling. 4 ride in the 2 spots. Dominic Van Cleve for Power Light. Bruni, Van Cleve, 1, 2. Bliss, Reeder, Crop, Helzel, and Hill. Dylan Reeder goes popping down in the second turn. Got that squared colors in the 2 spot. Got to be Helzel right now. Reeder, Helzel, 1 and 2. I believe Hill back in that 3 spot, looking to make some action happen on this last straightaway. The Nag 14 still on top. Reeder, Hill. And let's give this gentleman a round of applause over here, everyone. Moto 146. Whitaker, Corbett, Bradley, Smallwood, and Sterling. Jason Sterling on the top spot right now. Got Gavin Bradley, the future, in that 2 spot. Sterling, Bradley going 1 and 2 down through that third straightaway in the zone colors, back in the 3 spot. Scrappy chasing the boys down. But it's all the 6 ride right now. Jason Sterling's moving on with the 5 ride of the future. Gavin Bradley, heavy pedals in the Midwest Mafia, 1 and 2. 16-year-old experts, Rogers, Beebe, Hebner, Amico, and McPheron. TNT colors all over that top spot. The Gold Cup 1. AJ Amico goes burning through that third straightaway and popping his way into the last turn. Amico on top right now. Battle for the 2 is where it's at, but the 1 ride's holding down right now. Beebe trying to get it done. Amico, Beebe, 1 and 2. $17.20 experts. Quarter main events for the boys today. Moto 148. Tree Rise, Eastman, LaShore, Felser, Velador, and Yarrito. Profile colors down the last straight. Drake Velador, the 12 ride's going to pick up the win with the G ride. Burning down the last straight. LaShore going to grab that 2 spot. More 17-20 experts. Basage, Gerke, Drinkard, Skinner, Andrews, and Cardwell. S-squared colors on the top spot. I'm looking at the Cyborg on the 1 right now. Got Alto colors in the 2 spot. Burning down that third straightaway. Going to be Drinkard. Basage, Drinkard, 1 and 2. Things are changing up in the last turn, though. Still the 16 on point. Basage and Drinkard are moving on. Clark, Abercrombie, Marshall, Funk, and Golden. No excuses colors on the top spot. Race in colors on the top spot. I'm sorry. Wyatt Clark on the 1 right now. Got Factory, Answer Factory in the 2 spot. That's Max Marshall. Clark, Marshall, 1 and 2. Down on the last turn. The Funk back in the 3, but it's going to go Clark, Marshall, 1 and 2. More 17-20 experts. Moto 151. Black Crown running the show. That's got to be Stazetsky, the Rock 1, on point right now. We also got Kamalkowicz, Bramer, Pop, and Sabrell out there. Got to be Popovich in that 2 spot trying to hold it down, but Stazetsky is gone. PA Boy is going to get the win the first round. World 7. Popovich is going to pick up that 2. Moto 152. Sutherland, Sides, Gavin, Magan, and Hall. Got to be Sawyer Sides on the 1. Claiborne bike colors on the top spot as they rip that second turn. Chippendale colors in the 2 spot. Magan, Sides, Magan, 1-2. Remix back in the 3. Hall trying to make some magic. Here we go, boys. Sawyer Sides still on top. Nag 15's checking out, and the 2 spot's going to go to the 45. Hall stretches it out and gets it done. Carter, Casanova, Thomas, Aston, and Hagen. J&R colors running the show. Got to be RJ Carter on the top spot. The 15 ride running this one right here in the 2 spot. Got a skinny digit. Got to be Casanova. Carter, Casanova. 1-2. Moto 154. 21-25 experts, Davis, Weber, Mona Smith, Salisbury, and Hausler. Down through the rhythm section they go into the last turn. 21-25 experts. 9 riders in the class today. Rider on top right now is your Nag 5 of Ronan Weber. He's going to get the win with the Dirt Addiction ride of Yvonne Hausler. Perea, Wong, Kennedy, and Goodwin. Goku on the top spot, doing it for the all-toe crew down around turn 2. 2 more riders looking to check into a 21-25 expert main event, but it's all Goku right now. Wong rips that last turn, wants to get the win here in the first round. The 2-4-6 is going to be moving on with the 8 ride of Goodwin, 1 and 2. Second round should be staging up. We got about 8 more motos in this round. Hill, Bowler, Nye, Harney, and Fahey. Black Widow Crullos all over this one. The 469, Stephen Fahey. He's going to pick up the win with the 38 ride of Bowler, 1 and 2. Markle, Bynum, Goth, and Jefferson. Coastal Colors on top spot. Rip Colors in the 2 spot right now. The Coastal Riders, I'm looking for Markle in the top spot, but I could be wrong, and I am. It's Bynum on top right now. Down the last straightaway we go. The 135 comes by. That's Corbin Jefferson. And stretching it out, Johnny Goth. Staging up second round, guys. Second round should be staging up. .3640 experts, Van Cleve, Hall, Luby, Hedges, and Johnson. Coach Lubes on the top. He's going to get the win for the Sia crew. And the Nag 2, Hojo, going to pick it up for the Alto, and both move on to a main event in Moto 158. 159's on the track, 41-45 experts, 7 riders in the class. Harbin, DeHaven, Powell, Swap, Bauer, Varndell, and Porter. Daylight Colors on top. I'm looking at the Lone Wolf. Rob Porter on the 1 right now. Got Reggie's riding the 2 spot. Got to be Matty Swap. Down around We Burn right now. 3 riders checking out. Porter's moving on. Swap's moving on. And the Nag 16 of the Bulldog, Ben Powell. Moto 160, 46-50X. Richie Be Good, Eddie Monk, Demand Ross, Jay Guns Jordan, and the Thrillbilly Tommy Wagner. Moto 160. We got 164 motos today, so if you're in the second round, please start staging up. Down around we go. Jay Guns on the 1 spot right now. Jordan trying to pick up one of the transfer spots. He's moving on with Monk. 1 and 2. And as these tires keep popping, I'm going to remind you guys, we got some fantastic vendors right behind me. Go check them out. Full tilt on 2 wheels back there. They'll get you all set up. Turrison, Zimmerman, Bonzel, and Skinner. The Z-Man, Travis Turvison on the top spot right now. Turrison, the Nag 4, he's checking out with the Nag 15 of Corey Skinner, 1 and 2. 51-55 experts. Smallwood, Kendi, Nuccio, Hall, Bain, and Yankee. Black Crown on the top spot right now, rolling through that third straightaway. Chris Kennedy on the 1. Got SE Colors in the 2 spot. Got to be Small Bus. Kennedy, Small Bus down around the last turn, but it's all Black Crown right now. The Nag 6 trying to move on out of here. Kennedy's checking out with Small Bus, 1 and 2. Heisler, Goodwin, Lausman, Brown, and LaMaglia. Domingos on top, popping down in the second turn. J&R Colors flying fast. I got a 2 bike in the 2 spot. That's Mike Lausman from Canopy Clothing. J&R and Canopy flying through them down to the last turn. 5 riders out there right now. 2 spots available. Here we go. Back down the last straight. The Nag 11 is checking out with the 2. LaMaglia, Lausman, Uno, and Dos. .56 and over experts. Moto 164. Brainham, Cheatham, Chavone, Moore, Goldston, and Heath. Mad Dog Colors on the top spot, flying down that third straightaway. Going to be the blocker, Randy Moore, the Nag 14. I got a 2 in the 2 spot. That's got to be Big Hurt Brainham for Wheeler Dealer. Mad Dog and Wheeler Dealer trying to get this one done. The Nag 14, he's got the win, and the 2 bike is going to hold on by a nose. The blocker and Big Hurt, 1 and 2. Last moto of the first round. Second round is in staging and about to roll, so you better get up there if you're going to miss your moto. Merritt, Smith, Curry, Dagger, and Prince. Chippendale on the top spot right now. Andy Curry, the 78, ripping around that last turn. Got SE Colors in the 2 spot. Got to be Tony Smith, the 7-8 and the 3-1. Going to go 1 and 2 in the first round. And that's the end of the first round. Just like that. All right. Loaded up on the gate. Your female Pro-Am. Kennedy Nealon, Avery Jones, Katie Cyrus, Mia Custer, and Cameron Searfoss. And away we go. J&R Colors go flying down in the first turn. I got the voice on the top spot. 0-9 rocking that outside. Cyrus on the inside right now. It's Nealon in the 2. Cyrus back in the 3, but it's all Jones on top. The voice hits that second turn and puts the gas on. She's got Nealon right there. Cyrus back in the 3 right now. Custer, Searfoss 4 and 5. Down to the last turn and flying down around, but it's all J&R looking for the 1 once again. The World 6 coming down that last straightaway. Jones gets the win. Nealon, Cyrus, Custer. Men's Pro-Am loaded up on the gate. Chasen Gage Hill, Dylan Reeder, Bryce Cawley, Drew Polk, Cage Moss, and Gavin Kropp. And the boys take off down that first straight. Polk got a pop as he hits that first turn. Factory Sin LSG goes topside. Looks like Hill in that 2 spot. Reeder back in the 3. Cawley in the 4. The Crop Duster back in the 5. And Cage Moss in the 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. They fly around the second turn, but it's all Polk right now. Hill trying to find a line in the top spot. Here comes Dylan Reeder and Cawley 3 and 4. Down to the last turn. Factory Sin LSG still on the top spot. 7 Blockstar in the 2. Polk, Hill, 1 and 2. Reeder, Cawley, Kropp, and Moss. All right, everyone. Second round is starting right now. So make your way to staging if you need to. Johnson, Palmer, and Garber on the track. 6 and under mixed open. Rocking moto number 6 down around the first turn and rocking down that second straightaway. Alto Colors coming out on top. Sassy Pants, Riley Johnson on the 1 right now. Battle for the 2 is where it's at. Palmer and Garber battling for that 2 spot because Sassy Pants, Riley Johnson is gone. Airborne Colors going to the 2 spot. It's going to be Big D, Dupree, Garber. The Nag 8, the 43. Well, right now, Pierce Palmer trying to make some action happen. High-low down around the last turn. Palmer gets a little squirrely and slides out. Sassy Pants and Big D will be moving on. Seitzinger, Pangione, and Patton. Got to be the 3-5 on top right now. Seitzinger on the 1. I got Zoe in that 2 spot. Will Patton back in the 3. The girls rocking the top 2 spots. Blake and Zoe. Sights and Super Duper Z around the last turn, but the 3-5 is rolling. Full send racing down that last straightaway. Seitzinger's checking out with Pangione. Seven, 8 mixed open. Total points racing on the day. Holiday, Neiman, and Phillips. I'm looking for little MJ, the Rock 1, Marley Holiday ripping around that last turn on the top ticket right now. Rider in that 2 spot. Going to be Neiman this time around. Holiday gets herself another ace. Neiman, the 215? No. Phillips going to grab the 2. Ferry, Snyder, line ball, Plappert on the track and around the last turn. 2 more spots available right now in a 9-10 mixed open main event. Moto number 9. Nag 11's run the show. It's going to be Snyder on the top right now. 2 spots going to go to the D-Ride of the Pop-Tart, Lucy Plappert. So it was the 215 getting the second place back in moto number 8. Down the last straightaway, the 19 and the 33 will be moving on. Robar and Lipschutz, 1 and 2. 11-12 mixed open, 4 riders on the track, 3 more spots available. Wallace, Berry, Waddle, and Thompson. S-squared colors come flying down. Genzo, Waddle's going to get the top spot. Mason Berry's moving on. 3 spots going to go to the 34 of Caden Thompson. (13-14) mixed open on the track right now. We dropped a rider. Round of applause over there, everybody. Coming on the last turn, 53 still standing right now. Cooper Higginbotham, he's moving on. Nag 15 ride, Addison Spencer, and the 1-8 ride of Adeline Ryan, 1, 2, and 3. (31 and over mixed open. I got the Trailer Parker, Demita Pacheco, Scott Mellinson, and Christopher Wallace. The Trailer Parker on the top spot right now. Pack colors down the second straightaway in the 2 spot. I got the 17 of Pacheco. It's Pack on the top spot. Pacheco in the 2 spot. Scott Mellinson back in the 3 with the 83 ride right now. Chris Wallace in that 4. Still the Trailer Parker on the 1. Josh Parker trying to get the win here in the second round in a trip to a 31 over mixed open main event. The 87 bike is moving on. The 17 bike, Pacheco also moving on with Scotty Mellinson, 1, 2, and 3. Ike, Shabel, and Adams. 6 under opens on the track. Moto number 14. Rider on top right now. Flying through that third straightaway. Got to be the little dog holding Adams. Adams on the top spot. Shabel in the 2 spot. Ike on that 3 right now. Hitting that last turn. But it's all Adams on top. The 2. The 6 bike. And the Gold Cup 3. Scheibel gets the win. Adams gets the 2. They are moving on. Moto number 15, Hicks, Shaughnessy, and Sikowski. 7-8 opens on the track. Moto numbers 15. Wild West is down the last straight all by himself. The Nag 7 bike is picking up the win here in the second round. Identify colors hitting that 2 spot. Hicks and Shaughnessy, 1 and 2. Guan, Johnson, and Furcatch. No excuses colors on the top spot. Jumpin' Jacks, the Nag 11, rocking down that third straightaway. Rider in the 2 spot, got the coastal gear on. Got to be Double J. Jamison Johnson. Jumpin' Jacks and Jamison Johnson, 1 and 2. Jumpin' Jacks and Double J down the last straight. The Nag 11 and the 11 will be moving on. Moto 17. Winky, Grayman, and Tevin Johnson. Bluegrass colors are on top. Oh, because I also have Massa and Peterson out there. Peterson's on the 1 right now, but the 44 is coming down the last straightaway. Lander, Peterson, the L, and the 579, Hardbarger, and Massa. And let's give a round of applause to Tevin Johnson, everybody. (11-12) open, moto number 19. Hudzik, Good, Miller, Hill, Takanaga on the track. 5 riders remain. We had a full gate here in the first round. We are flying down the second straightaway right now. Fly zone colors on top. We got the 2 bike rolling fast. Got to be Takanaga. Takanaga on the top. Looks like Good on the 2 spot. The 2 and the B going 1 and 2 around that last turn. 4 riders are moving on. Looks like we might only have 4 riders. Takanaga, Good, Hill, and Hudzik. Oh, no, there's Blake Miller. Give Blake a round of applause, everybody. (13-14) open on the track. Hart, Wilkie, Beck, Atkins, and Reeves. Motos 20 and 21 rip down in the first turn. Flying fast at the moment. Looks like Send It colors in the top spot. Josh Atkins got J&R colors in that 2 spot. Espen Wilkie. Atkins, Wilkie 1 and 2. Hart back in the 3 spot. Beck in the 4 right now. The boys through the rhythm section, but it's all Josh. Send It BMX trying to get the win here in the second round. Wilkie in the 2 spot. Send It and J&R. Wilkie, Atkins, Kit, and Beck 1, 2, 3, and 4. McPheron, Aquilio, Dahl, Beebe, and Hebner. 15-16 opens. I got Double D on top right now. The 26 putting the pump on through the rhythm section. Down to the last turn they go. Going high, going low, swooping down around. New rider taking over the top. Braden Beebe on top right now. Beebe and the 3 ride of Hebner moving on. Alexander, Miller, Dye, Stokes, and Mooney. 2 more riders going to a 15-16 open. I got the 27 on top right now. That's Trenton Alexander. Got a Gold Cup 3 in that 2 spot. That's the Dye guy. Alexander and Dye 1 and 2. (17-20) open. Golden, Gavin, Engelman, Meyer, and Sutherland. Lethal Threat Racing on the last turn. Isaiah Sutherland all by himself down the last straightaway. This dude is gone. He's taking the top ticket out of this one. 14 in the 2 spot. That's Engelman. The 7 in the R. Gavin and Golden grabbing those last 2 transfer spots. 31 Nova open. Varndell, Crafton, Ibarra, and Bradford. I got Big Ray on the top spot. Here comes the 494. Josh Crafton. Heavy pedals colors in the 3. Got to be Ibarra. 3 riders flying on the last turn. Might have a free ride. Crafton, Bradford, Ibarra, 1, 2, and 3. 8 and under girls cruisers. Swap, Nice, and Waldron. Sunshine on top right now. Got Bombs Away in that 2 spot. The Party Muffin in the 3. 8-year-old girls cruisers. 2 of these ladies going to a main event, and Sunshine is rolling. Wisconsin girl through that 3rd straightaway. Michigan rider in the 2 spot. Walgren, Swap, Nice, 1, 2, and 3. Reggie's and Trainwreck chasing down Walgren, but it's all Sunshine right now. The 1 bike is checking out with Bombs Away Bray, 1 and 2. 9-10 girls cruisers. Shepherd, Windows, Gray, Madden, and Nye. Heavy pedals on the top spot. Going to be the Maniac Malin Madden. The 6 bike down around the last. Oh, she drops. 2 bike comes by. That's the Crazy Cat Kehlani Gray. Nag 7, Windows, the K, and the 3. Shepherd and Nye, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Big round of applause for the Heavy Pedals rider, everybody. Down the last straightaway, the L and the Gold Cup 2. And we're going to check on that 3 spot. Luptic, Goldfarge, Sweet, and Kavner. 110% nutrition running the show. McKenna Luptic through that 3rd straightaway. The 11 bike on point. 3 ladies moving on to a 15-16 girls cruiser main event. I got Albie's colors back there. That's got to be Kavner. The 11, the 3, and the Gold Cup 3. 1, 2, and 3. Luptic, Kavner, Sweet. Douglas, Ricky, Smith, and Flynn. Flying on the last turn. It is the World 8 Big Sis on top for 110% nutrition. Douglas going to pick up the win right here. 2 ladies moving on. The 5 bike of Kehlani Smith is moving on with her. Johnson, Zurich, Hurley, and Wexler. Leroy's on top right now. New rider taking over that top spot. Flying fast around the last turn. 2 more spots in the 17-20 cruiser main event. The 3 ride, Casey Hurley, and Leroy picking up that 2 spot. 31-35 ladies cruisers. We got 4 ladies on the track, got 3 spots available. The moto number is 32. I got Heath, Ramsburg, McCoy, and Smith Bradford. Sarah on top right now down the last straightaway. The 6 bike for Wrenchman Racing's moving on. The 2 bike in the 2 spot right now is CK McCoy, Crystal McCoy. And the last transfer spot's going to go to the 615 for Snapback Racing, Brianna Heath. Gold Cup 1 on top at the moment. Got to be Hedges ripping down that 3rd straightaway. Also got Peach and Simons out there. Looks like Peach in the 2 spot, Moosey back in the 3. But it's all the Bone Crusher on the top right now. The Gold Cup 1 is taking one of the transfers and moving on to a main event. 2 spot is the 5 bike of Terry Peach, 1 and 2. Johnson, Bliss, and Lindemann. Got to be Bliss on top, Lindemann in the 2 spot. Knock Knock and Peta going 1 and 2 with Stephanie Johnson back in the 3. Knock Knock looking for the 2nd round win. The 5 bike's going to pick it up. Peta, Lindemann for on 2 wheels also moving on. Total points racing on the day right now for the 56 and over ladies experts. Lobler, Turner, and Jones. Way out on top once again. Hot Flash get it done. The National 46 is rolling and has been rolling all weekend long so far. Turner back on top. She's got herself another ace. 2 spot. Going to go to Jones once again with Lobler back in the 3. Seven under cruisers on the track. Merzain, Ambrosiak, and Melanson. Hitting that last turn and flying down the last straightaway. The 1-5 bike of mismatches on top. Send it BMX, getting it done. And in that 2 spot at 5 years old, the pack rider, RPM Melanson, is also checking out. Elliton, Sikowski, and Shepard. Down the last straightaway, 2 more spots available. Fast lane on top right now, but the 4 bike comes by. Freaky Fast going to get the win. Weston and Shepard and Elliton 1 and 2. Fast lane drops to the finish line, but picks right back up. Let's hear it for that guy. 8-year-old cruisers on top. Reggie's colors flying down around. Got to be Cassidy on the 1 right now. Cassidy, he's taking one of these 4 spots. Cassidy's going to get it. The National 68 ride. Hicks and the Gate 9 boys going 3 and 4. Rupp and Rupp. Garber, Buckholtz, and Besige. Got to be Ghost and Garber on the top spot right now. The 10 bike for Airborne flies on the last turn in the 2 spot. I got Good Ride BMX doing it for Dale, Parker, Buckholtz, Garber, Buckholtz, 1 and 2. Madden, Reyes, and Schumann. Moto number 40 on the track. More 9-year-old cruisers taking 2 more to a main event here as they hit that 2nd turn, and the flash is rolling. Damian Reyes, Sprocket Kings national team on top. No excuses colors in the 2 spot. Got to be Asher Schumann. It's the Nag 6 and the 50 getting chased down by the 109, 1, 2, and 3, but we only got 2 spots available. Sprocket Kings, no excuses. Heavy pedals back at me. The Flash gets it done, and Asher Schumann's going to pick up that 2 spot. Peterson, Massa, and Dobell. I got Dobell on the 2 spot, but my rider up top eluded me this far. It's a 3 bike of Cash Money Peterson for Team Iowa. Peterson gets the win. Dobell grabs the 2 spot, and the last transfer spot goes to the Bluegrass ride of the Goose. 1, 2, and 3. Eleven-year-old cruisers, Beckley, Rennie, Gronis, and Windows. 2 spots available. Oh, we dropped big-time Gronis. We dropped the 2 spot, 4 spot grab. Some luck right there. The R-Bike gets it done. Beckley and the Velocity ride. Blake Windows catches a little luck and transfers on. Hill, Strayer, Pommels, and Van Eiderstein. 11 cruisers on the track again. I got 2 more spots available. King Kong getting it done on the 1 right now. I got Strayer in the 2 spot. Pommel, Strayer, Hill and Van Eiderstein, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Battle for the 2's where it's at. Pommel's getting it done on the 1. The Gold Cup 2 looking for the win here in the second round. Kingston hits that last turn. Gage trying to hold it down. Hill gets the gas. The battle for the 2 is down the last straightaway, but King Kong's moving on. 2 spots going to go to Luke Hill. Put his pump on. "12-year-old Cruisers Moto 44. I got J Turbo, Mason Berry, Hurry Up Hubbard, the Wildcat, Tyler Seymour, and Mason Wise. Hurry Up Hubbard's on the top right now, ripping down in the second turn. Rider on that 2 spot is the 57 bike of J Turbo for the Sprocket Kings. It's Hurry Up and Turbo going 1 and 2. Back at the 3 right now. Looks like Mason Wise. 2 riders moving on to the show here in Moto 44. And the Hurry Up Hubbard gets it done. The World 6 checks out with a 5-7 ride 1 and 2. Hubbard, Dawson moving on. Piper, Gray, Glonick, and Massa. Rip colors on top. Sonic, Glonick getting it done on the 1. Rider on the 2's got the HRP gear on. Got to be Kalen Piper. Glonick, Piper, 1 and 2. Gray, Massa, 3 and 4. 2 more spots available in Moto 45, the 12-year-old cruiser class, but it's all factory ripped on top right now. Sonic, Glonick hitting that turn, burning down the last straight. The 4 bike is moving on with the HRP ride of Kalen Piper, 1, 2. Quick, Beaver, Atkins, Reeves, and Wettendorf. Down into turn 2 we go. Rider on top has got the Sendic gear on. Got to be Atkins on the 1. Got Wettendorf in that 2 spot. Wyatt Quick back in the 3. Beaver in the 4 spot. The boys to the last turn. And we're taking 4 riders transferring on. Atkins moving on. The Thrill moving on. Wyatt and Wonderful and Beaver 1, 2, 3, and 4. Owens, Lindemann, Duhart, Schumann, and Martin in the zone colors on the top spot right now, rolling down to that last turn. That has got to be the Wildcat, Micah Owens, the 5 bike on point right now, flying fast. Got Tyler Martin in that 2 spot. Owens, Martin, the 32 and the 15, Lindemann and Schumann, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Moto number 50, Van Eiderstein, Stafford, Gross, Jones, Simons on the track right now. Down to the last turn we go. I got 3 riders flying down the round. We got 4 spots available in a 15 cruiser main event. Here we go, boys. Then flying fast, 29 ride, Stafford, Van Eiderstein, the Gold Cup 2 and the 6. Gross and jumping Eli Jones, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the 16 cruiser class, Schmidt, Monk, Crop, and Whitaker. The Crop Duster go down to the last turn, going high, going low, and the boys are swooping down around. We got 3 spots available. Everyone coming at me fast. Here they come. Scrappy's moving on. The 4 and the e-bike. Motos 52 and 53, Skinner, Meyer, Thomas, Felser, and Magan. Going to be Felser on top right now. Crank out colors, get the top spot. Gold Cup 1, that's going to be Magan. The 8 ride of Skinner and the Velocity ride of Meyer, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Ellis, Bonzel, Engelman, Mona Smith, and O'Connor. 10 bikes on top. 71 bikes on top right now. Bonzel, the 14, HRP, and Mona Smith. So, O'Connor, Bonzel, Engelman, Mona Smith, all moving on. Total points racing today for the 31-35 cruiser class. T-Hoff got the win in the first round. Black Crown trying to get it done once again. Gay out there trying to make some magic happen. Gay goes to the top spot. Hoffman back to the 2. It's Gay. Hoffman 9, 1, 2, and 3 through that rhythm section. LBO, Black Crown, and Speed Vision bikes down to the last turn. Oh, boys! Coming back at me fast right now. LBO trying to get the win here in the second round. Gay's going to get it done. Gay, Hoffman, 9. .36-40 cruiser class. Bradford, Kraft, and Ramsey. Down around that last turn, moving super fast. Heavy pedals color is going to be the BMX Ninja. Ramsey, he's going to grab the top spot. Ray Bradford in the 2. Moto 58, 41, 45 cruisers. I got the boss man, Maurice Adams, Matt Swap, and Big Wayne Hardman out there. Hardman's on top, Swap's in the 2 spot. The boss man back in the 3. It's Mangler and Reggie's, it's J&R and Reggie's get it done in the top 2 spots. Reggie's, J&R, moving on. Swap and Hardman. 4650 cruiser class, Wagner, Peterson, Good, and Monk. In the zone colors on the top, going to be Monk on the top spot. Got Thrubilly back there in the bluegrass ride of Peterson, 1, 2, and 3. Hope Richie B. Good's doing okay. As these boys got a free ride. 51, 55 cruisers, Moto 60 and 61. Moto Mag, Sean Lambert, John Miller, Dan Hurley, and the Duke, Earl Rogers. 9 bikes on top right now. Dan Hurley, he's moving on. The 1 bike, John Miller's going to pick up that 2 spot. Moto Mag and the 42 of the Duke, Earl Rogers, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Moto 62 and 63, Prince, Angus, Brainham, Goldston, and Goodall. Goodall's back on top right now. Factory Supercross, the Nag 6 down that last straightaway. Got a skinny digit in that 2 spot. That's going to be Brainham. It's Goodall, Brainham, 1 and 2. The 3 bike trying to hold on is Prince. And the Albies ride, Scott Angus, the 129. '61 to 65-year-old cruisers, moto number 64. Kohler, Lobler, True, and Ibarra. 3 bike on top right now. Terry True get it done in the 1. Got Yogi in that 2 spot. True, Ibarra moving on with the 52 ride of Rick Kohler, 1, 2, and 3 in moto 64. And back to the Novies, everybody. I got Audrey Mellison, Kelsey Guan, Paul Belcher, Camry Ike, and Finley Davis. 1 rider is gone as Audrey gets off her bike and goes for a walk down the second straightaway. Coming down that last straightaway, though, triple digits on the top spot, the 617, Finley Davis coming out of Monroe, Ohio. This dude's grabbing the win in the second round. He's checking out. 25, Kelsey Guan in that 2 spot. Guan's going to grab the 2. The 385 of Ike, and that last spot is going to the engineer himself, the destroyer, Paul Belcher. Wicked racing down that last straightaway. Flying back at us, Belcher and Rose coming down, but the last transfer spot's going to go to the destroyer, Paul Belcher. Sullivan, Williams, and Shaughnessy. It's got to be Memphis Williams on the top spot. Got Shaughnessy in the 2 and Sullivan back in the 3, but the 319 is rolling fast. Marysville local trying to get the win here in the second round. The 319 locks it up and moves on with the identify ride of Amber Shaughnessy, 1 and 2. Total points racing once again for the 7 Navi class. First round went to Remy Prelip. Marysville colors on top right now. Down that second straightaway we go. Stinkerbell, Remy, and Rister on this race right now. Moto 67. Flying around the last turn. It's the 7-7-9 once again. Remy trying to grab another ace here in the second round. The 7-2-3 chasing around this Rister Prelip. Rister, Stinkerbell, 1, 2, and 3. Rodriguez, Sewell, Malmquist, and Larison. 9 novices on the track. I'm seeing 3 riders. Did we drop one somewhere? Or do we just got a free ride for these cats? Waterford colors down the last straightaway. Going to be Raiden Malmquist, the 30 ride. The 277, Sewell. And the last transfer spot is going to the 628 of Cameron Larison, 1, 2, and 3. Total points racing today, 10-year-old novice class. Rob Bronson, Luke Little, and Gibson Geyer. Little got the win the first round. Let's see if he can pick it up once again. The 271 Geyer trying to make some action happen on this last straightaway. The 342 and the 271 putting on the gas right now, putting the pump down. Little gets it by a nose. "12-year-old novice on the track, Phillips, Ankrum, and Lineball. Westerville colors on top. Got to be Leah Ankrum. The 49 ride back in that 2 spot. Sprocket Kings colors. Going to be the Gold Cup 1. Amelia Lineball. It's Ankrum and Lineball 1 and 2. And the 16 comes by at the line as Lineball loses a pedal. Ankrum and Phillips moving on. 14 knobs, Bronson, Baxter, Zimmerman, and Keller. Moto 71 down on the last turn. 7 riders in the class, 4 more out there right now. 3 spots available in the main event. And the 5, 6, 8 of Kit Kat Kate is on top right now. Kit Kat moves on. Jordan Zimmerman moves on. And the 48 ride for Heavy Pedals, Aniston Keller, 1, 2, and 3. $16 novice total points race in Moto 42. The 231 got the win the first round. This dude's gone once again. Thomas picks up another ace. In the 2 spot, I got Cecilia Archer and Kaylin Bonslow going 1, 2, and 3, just like the first round. $73 on the track. Deal, Egan, Swissman, and Marr. Got to be Mason Deal in the 1. Misfit Colors hitting that last turn. I got S Squared Colors in the 2 spot. Got to be Josh Swissman. Deal, Swissman 1 and 2, but I got 3 riders moving on. Mason Deal on the last straight. The 48 is checking out. 2 spot going to go to the Gold Cup 1 of Josh Swissman. And the 412, Uncle Peach moving on. It helps if I turn the microphone on. 5 and under intermediates on the track. Moto 74, Katswara, Stover, and Ramsburg. Flying on the first turn, getting it locked up. All 3 of them flying down that second straightaway, bar to bar to bar. 1 rider trying to take off top side. 2 spots available as we have 3 cats on the track right now. All 3 of them down in the second turn. Rider on top is the 100 ride of Katswara. I got the 157 of Stover in that 2 spot. Ramsburg back in the 3 right now. All 3 riders through the rhythm section. Here we go. Still the 100 ride. Team BMX World Store coming out of Florida today. The 500 intermediates are on the track, but it's all Tim Katswara, the engine, down the last straightaway. The 100 ride moves on. 2 spot is going to go to the 157 of Stover moving on. Garber, Marwelli, Shanahan, Newell, and McKittrick. Moto 75 and 76 on the track right now. Black Widow colors. Who are running the show through that 4 straightaway? Got to be Shanahan on the 1. Get it done. Seeing 4 riders out there. Count them off as they come back down at me. Shanahan's moving on. 66, Marwelli. The 170 ride of McKittrick. And the last spot's going to Garber. 1, 2. Oh, Garber's going to go 3. But he's also moving on. And let's hear it for Newell, everybody. Round of applause for our down rider, please. We had a full rack of 7-year-old intermediates. There is 5 riders left and 4 spots available in the main event. The moto number is 77. Here we go. Adkins, Forster, Gunter, Gerges, and Brown. Rolling fast on the top spot right now. I got the 93 for the Gate 9 crew. That's going to be the shotgun, Kyle Gunter. Gunter's on the 1 spot. Got the 1-1-2 in the 2 spot right now. That's Gerges. Back in that 3 spot, putting the pump on through the rhythm section and chasing the boys down. Here we go. Down on the last turn. It's still the 93 of shotgun. Gate 9 rides moving on. The Albies ride. The 93 and the 112. The 383 back there is Forster in the 4 with the 586 of Connor Brown. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Grote, Phillips, and Ramsburg. Wicked colors on the top right now. I got Sprocket Kings trying to make some moves in that 2 spot. It's Showtime and Pac-Man. Ramsburg and Phillips around that last turn. The 35 and the 59 will be moving on to an 8-year-old intermediate main event. Jacko, Madden, and Vaquez on the top spot right now. I got Graham Jacko for the Calvary crew in the 2 spot. Heavy Pedals colors. Got to be the boss, Bryson Madden. Jacko and Madden going 1 and 2. Marcelo back on his bike. Let's give that dude a round of applause, everybody. Graham gets the win. He moves on with the boss, 1 and 2. Coming around that last turn right now, or into the last turn, I got Sullivan, Marawelli, and Cole. Not in that order necessarily. Reed Cole on top, the 274, doing it for the Marysville gear. Down the last straight, Cole and Riker Sullivan moving on, 1 and 2, Moto 80. Ten-year-old intermediates on the track, Kingery, Essenberg, Ferry, and Doritas. We're taking 2 more riders to a 10 intermediate event. I got 3 of them hitting that last turn about the same time. Ohio Elite colors. Down around that last turn, the 7-244, Doritas on top. Sawyer's on the one right now. The 270 is Chris Ferry in the 2 spot for Steel Wheels. Doritas and Ferry moving on. Brown, Robar, Swearigan, and Dudek. Got to be Bam Bam on the top spot right now, hitting the last turn all by himself. The 19's rolling. Hella fast BMX on the top ticket right now. Rider in the 2 spot. Got the pink spokes ripping down that last straightaway. Robar and the 152 rider, the dude, Darwin Dudek. 1 and 2. Wallace, Peyton, Keller, Forster, and Ellerton, and it must be by birthday because Peyton Ellerton is on top right now. Just sassy down that 3rd straightaway. Marysville gear in the 2 spot, flying fast. Maybe Ben Peyton. It's Ellerton and Peyton going 1 and 2. The 983, though, rocking that top spot. Peyton Ellerton, just sassy. She gets the win. She moves on. Keller picks up the 2 spot. The 106 of Wallace, and we got 1 more transfer spot available. We got a couple riders down. 84 on the track, Thompson, Hoover, and Swiney. Zane the Kane going to get the win. The 34, Caden Thompson going to grab the 2 and move on to a 12 intermediate main event. Big round of applause, everybody. Benjamin Payton gets the last transfer spot in the 11-year-old intermediate class and moves on to a main event. And we are on to the 13 intermediate class. Total points racing for the day, Moto 85. I got Westerville BMX colors ripping down the 2nd straightaway, so it's got to be the B ride on top. LBO colors in the 2 spot. Got to be Bubba Kirkpatrick and Frida Ibarra 1, 2, and 3. But it's all Ethan Ankrum right now. Ankrum, Kirkpatrick, Ibarra, the B, the 469, and the 6th into that last turn. LBO and Waterford going high, going low, but the Westerville gear is gone. Ankrum gets himself another ace, 2 spot. This round is going to Kirkpatrick. Frida will get the 3. Peyton, Henderson, Duhart, Lynx, and Schwartzentruber. Marysville colors hitting that last turn on top. I'm looking at the 1, 5, 2, and Noah Peyton. Peyton's taking one of those transfer spots. 39 right in the 2 spots. Schwartzentruber, the 102 and the 82. Lynx and Duhart, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Schmidt, Bradley, and Newhart. JW colors on top. And now the terrible Anthony Bradley, the 37's on top of this one. Oh, man. I don't know what that was in the 2 spot, but he saved it. Nice save, brother. Down that last straightaway, Bradley grabs an ace in this one. The 74 ride, Newhart gets the 2, and Schmidt will get the 3. Motos 88 and 89 on the track. Moss, Goldfarb, Renzi, Bonzel, and Baker. Flying fast on top is the 67 rider, Damian Baker. He's checking out. The 96 going to grab the 2 spot. That's Bonzel. The 320 and the 8. Renzi and Goldfarb, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Hartline, Hayes, and Johnston. 26-35 intermediates. Isaiah Hayes down that last straight. The 18 ride's going to be moving on. The 2 spot's going to go to the 6-6 of Aloha Bob, 1 and 2. Parker, Marwelli, and Worthington. I got Marwelli and Worthington on the top 2 spots. I don't know if it's in that order or not, but I know I got the trailer Parker back in the 3 right now. Down around the last turn, the boys roll. It is the 76 on top. That's Marwelli on the 1. Coming out of Kentucky, he's going to get the win the second round. Trey is going to grab that 2 spot and check out. Hoover, Wagenblast, and Zurich. Moto 92 down around turn 2. The 119 is on top. That's Ron Zurich. Got SE colors in the 2 spot. Got to be the blaster, Eric Wagenblast. Hoover back in the 3 right now. The 119 and the 114 trying to check out. This one's the 123 trying to find a line. And here we go. Zurich moves on. And the blaster 1 and 2. Moto 93. Gamalkowitz, Wallace, Bentley. Jennings on the track. All 4 riders in the last turn at the same time, and we got 3 spots available. High, low, down, around. Here we come. Fast down the last straightaway. Rider on top, the 83. That's Chris Wallace. Wallace is moving on. Gamalkowitz is moving on. And the 220 of Jennings, 1, 2, and 3. Jennings just made his first intermediate race. Main event. Congratulations. Gets it done on the first day. Villegas, Gallon, Gay, Kohler, and Gillen. We're taking 4 more riders to a 56 and over main event. The 362 is on. Gallon, Cadillac. So Villegas, Gallon, Gay, and Gillen all moving on. I just heard that the 50-50 is over $860 total. 50-50 is over $860 total. Get your 50-50 tickets. Check out the raffle. And we have got the Girls Club on the track right now. 500 girls, Moto 95. Peaches, Zimmerman, and the Heartbreaker Cora Jones. I got Jones on top, got the Halloween Queen in the 2 spot. It's Jones, Zimmerman, 1 and 2. Wicked and No Excuses getting chased down by Peaches, 1, 2, and 3 with the Nag 8 and the Nag 7. Looking to check out of this one. Jones is moving on for the Wicked crew and the No Excuse ride of the Halloween Queen in that 2 spot. Moto number 96, Cowell, Pangione, and Johnson. No Excuses colors on the top. Got to be Cowell on the 1. PA girl ripping to that last turn. I got Alto colors in the 2 spot. Got to be Sassy Pants, Riley Johnson. Super Duper Z chasing the girls down, trying to make a main event herself, but we're only taking 2 out of this one. The Gold Cup 1 and the Nag 8. Donald, Nice, and Nye. Factory Rip colors on top. Going to be the Bad Barbie, Talia Donald. The Nag 6 on point right now. Rider in that 2 spot. Got to be Rocket Ray to Nye for the Speed Vision Bikes crew. Both those ladies are moving on. Nye and Donald, 1 and 2. 8-year-old girls experts, Sunday, Swissman and Walgren. Got to be Roaring Rory on the top spot right now. I got Mainsley in that 2 spot with Sunshine chasing them down. The C, the 5, and the 1 going 1, 2, and 3 down the last straightaway. The C and the 5 trying to get it done right here. The C and the 5, Roaring Rory and Mainsley, 1, 2. Nine-year-old girls experts, Moto number 99. I got the Little Ripper, Zoe Snyder, Brenna Windows, and Momo Montgomery. Going high, going low. Windows takes over the show. We dropped a rider back in that last turn. Windows and the Nag 11 of the Ripper. Windows and the Ripper. The Gold Cup 1 and the Nag 11, 1 and 2. And how about a round of applause for Momo, everyone? Ten-year-old girls experts down around they go. I got the Viper on top right now. 2 girls moving on. Piper, the Viper Ellerton, and the 9 ride of the Maniac, Malin Madden. Wicked and Heavy Pedals checking out. Farrell, Gray, and Palamaki. Sophia Farrell on top right now in the 2 spot. I got Palamaki. The World 3. It's Gate 9 on top with Sisu in the 2 spot right now. Wicked racing back in the 3. 1, 2, 3, they fly, but I only got 2 spots available in a 10-year-old girls expert main event. Right now, it's the Firefly, Sophia Farrell for the Gate 9 ride, and Primetime Palamaki in the 2. Shanahan, Ambrosiak, and Bruni. We dropped a rider in the first turn. Let's hear it from Savannah, everybody. Bruni and Shanahan remain tall right now. The 1 and the nag 13 are moving on. And a round of applause for this young lady. Come on. Waddell, Alvarez, Bem, and Kutris. BMX Sharks on the top right now, flying down the second straight. Got to be too much Olivia Alvarez. Alvarez on the 1, Bem on the 2. S squared colors back in the 3 spot. Got to be Genzo 1, 2, and 3 right now. With Kutris back in that 4 spot. 3 of these ladies are checking into a 12 girls expert main event. The motor number is 103, and it's all the Sharks on top. Alvarez is a little too much right now. She's moving on. Bem's moving on. And the 7 of Genzo, 1, 2, and 3. Moto 104, 13-year-old girls experts. Not Crash, Ellie Pierce, the Terminator, Raquel Wilson, and Adeline Ryan. Factory sended LSG, got to be the Terminator on the 1. Cyclecraft colors in that 2 spot, got to be Not Crash. Wilson and Pierce, the Nag 9 and the Gold Cup 3 are moving on. Moto 105, the Purple Pickle, BB, Quincy Chambers on the track right now. Down to that last turn, got to be 09 colors on the top spot. Purple Pickle on the 1. The 1 bike flying down. I got BB in that 2 spot, the 15 ride. It's going to be 09 and heavy pedals. Sarabia and Harris moving on. Moto number 106, Spencer, Sweet, and Pierce. 110% nutrition, the Nag 15. Addison Spencer's running the show down the last straightaway. I got a Gold Cup plate in that 2 spot. That's the Tater Tot, Tatum Pierce. 110 and Factory Cyclecraft are moving on. 107, Sweet, Suey, Custer, Gish, and Sutherland. S squared gears on top right now. Going to be the Nag, or answer gear, the Nag 10 and the 75. Sutherland and Custer moving on. Pinero, Kavner, Nealon, and Claridge. Coach Kate rocking that Albies gear down that 3rd straight. Trying to get this one done. There's a lot of Albies colors out there right now, but there's only 109 ride, and that's the machine in the 2 spot, but it's all Coach Kate on top. Claridge, Nealon, moving on. $17.20 ladies experts, Smith, Elder, Miller, Flynn, and Martin. BMX Sharks on top, the Nag 14, Smile, Shelby Elver. I got Northwest colors in the 2 spot, the World 6, McKenna Martin. Elder, Martin 1 and 2. Looking to check out of this one. Shelby's getting it done. McKenna's getting it done. Elder and Martin moving on. Salisbury, Barrett, Ricky, and Jordan. In that 2 spot right now, I got the Mad Rabbit, Riley Jordan. Rocking around that last turn on top, though. Triple digits come back at me. Got to be Salisbury on the 1. The 336 coming out of Michigan. The Bombshell and the K-Bike of the Mad Rabbit, 1 and 2. They got some pizza in the concession stand, and then you can buy your 50-50 tickets in the concession stand too. Pizza and 50-50 can be bought in the concession stand. Moto 111 on the track right now. The 2130 ladies cruiser class. Pacheco, March, and Walbert. Claiborne colors on top. Got to be tough as nails. Zoe March on the 1 spot right now. March rolling around that 2nd turn. Ripping through that 3rd straightaway. And I believe we might have Walbert, the 6 bike in the 2 spot, coming out of PA. It is March and Walbert moving on. Don Hevner, we got your keys? Don Hevner, we got your keys. You might need those. 112 down the last straightaway. I got 2 ladies out there. Amanda Bates and the Nag 15 ride of Knock Knock. Moving on. Don Hevner, we have your keys. 500 experts on the track, Moto 113, Beck, Horseman, and Ike. Got to be Horseman on the top spot right now. Rolling down through that third straightaway, rider in the 2 spot, going to be Showtime Beck with Dex Ike back in the 3. It's Wicked and SeaTac on the top 2 spots around the last turn, but it's all the kid Kendall Horseman. Wicked Racing flying proud at the top of this one right here. Kendall's checking out with the NAG 15, 1 and 2. Points racing for the 6 expert class. The Rock one's gone. Bryce, the boss, Ross, he's going to get the second round win. And the 6 bike of Adams going to pull off the 2 with Fast Lane back in the 3. Nice race, boys. 7 experts on the track. Merzayan, Shepard, Sikowski, and D'Imperio. Looks like DJ Lethal, the top thread around the last turn right now as he flies fast. The DAG 13 doing it for that trifecta crew out of PA today. DJ Lethal moves on, and the Gold Cup 1 of Weston Shepard for Freaky Fast Racing. Salva, Guan, Glonick, and Peixoto. Rider on top is Jethro Salva. Hara Pro Max down around the last turn. Got Gold Coast Daylight in the 2 spot. That's Lightning Liam. Salva and Peixoto going 1 and 2 down the last straightaway right now, but it's all the NAG 4 on top of this one. Haro ride is checking out with the 2 ride of Lightning Liam 1 and 2. All right, our down rider is up. Moto 117, the 8-year-old expert class looking to check into a semi-main event. I got the Silent Assassin, Grayson Cox, Crazy Kloss Jr., Action Jackson Jones, and Jackson Halbert. Black Widow colors on the top spot right now. Got to be the Silent Assassin, Cox on the 1. Cox rolling down around the second turn. I got the 2 bike in the 2 spot right now. That's Halbert for Factory Crit Plate, but it's all going to be at the moment the Silent Assassin, Grayson Cox. Black Widow hits that last turn. Crit puts the gas on. Down the last straight we fly. The C and the 2 are going to semis. Moto 118, 2nd straight action going on. Clark, Calhoun, and Johnson. Coastal Racing colors on the top spot. Now the 11 ride goes flying by me. In the 2 spot, I believe I have Jonah Calhoun at the moment. It's Double J and Calhoun. The Double J and the Pink Panther, the 11 and the 19 down the last straightaway. Coastal Racing and Heavy Pedals moving on. Moto 119, Shaughnessy, Rupp, and Dixon. Gate 9 colors on the top spot. Got to be the Rippa, Eli Rupp. Got Midwest Mafia in that 2 spot. John Dixon, the Red Bullet. Identify colors, Mike Shaughnessy in that 3. 2 spots available. Gate 9 of the Mafia. The Rippa and the Red Bullet are checking out. And now we're on to the 9 expert class, Moto 120. We got more semis in this class today. Short, Atkins, Reyes, and Evans out there around the last turn. Looks like the flash on top side of this one. Sprocket Kings national team down the last straight. Damien is moving on with the Heavy Pedals ride of Jack the Jet Evans, 1 and 2. Charlie George, Carter Basige, and Levi Wegley. Identify colors flying proud at the top side right now. Gold Cup 2 down to the last turn. Battle for the 2 is where it's at, though, because Wegley is flying. Wegley down the last straightaway. The Gold Cup 2 is moving on, but then we have 2 spots available. Indiana S squared ride of Charlie George. Checking out. Moto 122. Winky Lander, Crazy Feet, Hayden Hedges, and Dylan Lineball. I got a 44 on top for the Answer Army National Team. That's got to be Winky on the 1 right now. I got a 4 in that 2 spot. That's Crazy Feet. It's going to be Winky and Crazy Feet checking out to a semi-main event. 1, 2, 3 is your moto number. Big Smitty, Gray Man, the Moto Hornet, and Goose out there. 4 riders on the track, 2 spots available in a 10 expert main event. Straight to the main event for the expert class today. Flying on the last turn of the Gold Cup 2 on top right now is the Ninja, Dylan Oklopsic, and the 11 ride of Big Smitty. Moving on. Coastal Racing Colors on the top spot. Tevin Johnson doing his thing. Moto number 124. We also got Peterson, Westfall, and Dobell out there. It's going to be Johnson and the 14 of Westfall, 1 and 2. Round of applause for our down riders, everybody. Here come the 11 expert class, Moto 125. I got the Mighty Mouse, the Scat Pack, the Stray Cat, and Big Time. Rider on top is the smallest guy you'll ever meet in your life. Mighty Mouse, Parker Graves, S-Squared National Team, S-Squared Factory Team. Let's get it right, Zach. Stray Cat in that 2 spot for the Sharks. Right now, it's S-Squared and the Sharks going 1 and 2 down to the last turn. I got Scat Pack and Big Time chasing the 2 top boys down, but it's all the Mighty Mouse. Being small and fast is all he knows. Graves moves on with the Stray Cat, 1 and 2. Moto 126, Hill, Galbali, and Bahan. I got the 6 on top, got Luke Hill in the 2 spot. It's Bentley Galbali and Luke, I am your father, Hill. I got Brennan, the Big Show Bahan back in the 3, but it's the Dream Team and Philippa Family Racing looking to check out a Moto 26. Bentley Galbali, he gets it done, and Luke Hill also moving on. 127, Smallwood, Warner, and Beckley. Profile colors on top, going to be the Condor, Connor Beckley. In the 2 spot, I got Nar Char, Charles Smallwood rocking the SC gear. It's Profile and SC getting chased down by Gate 9, 1, 2, and 3, but the Gold Cup 3 and the 32 will be moving on. And our last rack of 11 experts trying to check into a semi-main event. Windows, Easterling, and Hudzik. Down to the last turn, looks like Velocity Colors on top. Easterling going to sneak into that 2 spot. Whole straightaway left. The J-Bike putting the pump on right now. Velocity gets the win. Easterling going to stretch out that 2. $12X on the track. Wise, Takanaga, and Strava Polis. Looks like the Reaper on top right now. Rider in that 2 spot. Ripping around's got a 2 on his bike. That's Takanaga. The Reaper and Takanaga getting chased down by Mason Wise, but the 1 and the 2 will be moving on to a main event. Clark, Miller, and Hill. Moto 130 hits the second turn. 12-year-old experts on track once again. James Hill on the 1. I got Miller. Or maybe that's Clark on the 1. Miller and Hill banging for 2 and 3. You got a couple of 22s out there, but it's the N bike on top for Raptor BMX. It is Hudson Clark. Clark, he's moving on. 2 spots going to go to the 22 of Hill. Clark and Hill, 1 and 2. Gray, Piper, and Glonick, but not in that order. It's Piper, Glonick, and Gray, 1, 2, and 3. HRP ripped wicked, hitting that last turn, but the HRP ride is rolling. Kalen Piper, the Gold Cup 1's looking to get the win here in the second round. The 5 bike, Sonic, Glonick for Factory ripped. HRP and ripped, 1 and 2. Last rack of the 12 experts on the track. I got Janzewski, Massa, and Good. It's Massa, Janzewski, and Good in that order. It's Factory Mangler on the top spot. Rampage Racing in the 2 spot. GM Racing in the 3 right now. The 12, the 15, and the B coming back at us. The 12 and the 15. Massa and Janzewski, 1 and 2. Moto 133, the 13-year-old expert class. BMX Sharks running the show. I'm looking at the water boy, Frankie Martinez, the Rock One out there right now. In that 2 spot, ripping down the round. Maybe some raw race footage of James Johnson. It is Martinez and Johnson checking out. Reeves, Galbali, Wettendorf, and Westfall. Right now, I believe I got Westfall on the 1 in that 2 spot. Looks like the Dream Team trying to hold it down. That's Galbali. 2 riders going to a semi. The Thrill back in the 3. Dirt Addiction trying to make some moves. But coming down the last straight, it's still the 7 in the Gold Cup 2. Westfall's moving on. Galbali is moving on. Collins, Quick, Dahl, and Hart. Factory Manger, got to be Caleb Dahl in the top spot. Got Kid Hart in that 2 spot. White and the Wonderful back in the 3 with Collins in the 4 spot. The 13-year-old experts rip through the 3rd straight. Semis available for the boys. Going high, going low, swooping down around. Quick takes over the 2 spot. Down the last straight, they fly. It's all Dahl, though, on the 1. 2 spots going to go to the number plateless Wyatt Quick. Let me grab your number plate, son. Get off the track real quick. Feel free to hit up gate 9 for any kind of help you need, Wyatt. Down around the last turn, 14 experts, the G and the 3 going 1 and 2. Thebo and Martin getting it done. 1-2. Moto 137, Bahan, Owens, and Schumann. In the zone colors on top, I'm looking at the Wildcat, Micah Owens, the 8 bike, trying to grab the ace in the second round. Moto 137 down the last straightaway. The 8 and the 31. Owens and Bahan in the zone and Good Day Racing 1 and 2. Shots, Badaniak and Gish. I just saw airborne colors go flying down into turn 2, but it's all Gish on top right now. But here comes the in the zone ride of Badaniak. Gish, Badaniak, Gish. With Shots back in the 3, in the zone and airborne on the top 2 spots. Ohio Elite in the 3 spot. The 1 and the 9 are moving on. Stokes, Lausman, and Jones. I got Josh Stokes on the top spot. I got Mangler Colors in the 2 spot. It's Rocky Lausman. Jumping Eli Jones. Odd man out right now. LBO, Mangler, A&E, 1, 2, and 3. The 9 bike coming down the last straightaway. Oh, man. The 9 and the 7. Jumping Eli Jones gets it done. Dawson, Cameron, and Simons. The Wild Thing, Caleb Dawson, Indiana squared, running the show right now. Got heavy pedals in the 2 spot. Got to be Jaws. Damian Cameron rocking the A&E gear on the last turn. Flying on the last straightaway. Dawson moves on. Jaws checks out. Forster, Stafford, and Aquilio. 6 bike on top. Got Stafford on the 1. Got Aquilio in the 2 spot. Back to the 3. Hello, there I am. Cut out for a second. The 6 in the Gold Cup 1 coming flying back at me. Stafford and the Shark, 1 and 2. "15-year-old experts trying to make a quarter main event today. Moto 142 out on the track. I got Dye, Deswan, and Dahl. The Dye guy on the top spot right now. Rider in that 2 spot. Got to be Caleb Deswan, I believe. The 3 in the Gold Cup 3 and the 3 going to go 1 and 2, getting chased down by the C, but it's Deswan and Dye moving on to a quarter main event. Why do I keep checking? Like right out of my zone right over there. I got to stand over this way. Van Eiderstein, Miller, and Holton on the track. It's got to be Holton on the 1 spot right now. I got Van Eiderstein and Miller going 2 and 3. The 120 and the 3 trying to check into a main event right now, but the 120 is rolling. Holton's checking out. 2 spots going to go to Van Eiderstein, holding it down. 16-year-old experts, Moto 144. We're trying to check into a semi-main event. This one, I got all 4 riders rolling through the rhythm section right now. Alexander, Titus, Hamill, and Monk. 27, Trent Alexander out there. The 5 bike is Wesley Hamill. Alexander and Hamill 1, 2, and moving on. .145 on the track. Bliss, Kropp, and Helzel. Helzel is on top right now. Got Kropp in the 2 spot. It's S squared and Trainwreck going 1 and 2 with Crank Cycle and Fitness back in that 3 spot, but it's all the NAG 13 right now. The S squared factory team is hot. Helzel's moving on, and the Crop Duster is checking out. 146 on the track. Whitaker, Corbett, and Smallwood. Got to be scrappy on top with Smallwood in that 2 spot. Alton Corbett back in the 3 right now, but it's all going to be in the zone, and SE Bikes looking to get this one done. The 2 and the 11 are moving on. Last rack of the 16X looking to check into a semi. Rogers, Hebner, and McPheron. Double D on the 1 spot right now, rolling down that 3rd straightaway. Down to the last turn he goes. It's all McPheron right now. The 3 bike back there is Ashton Hebner. Double D and the 3, the 26 and the 3, 1 and 2. 1720X got quarter main events today. This is Moto 148. Full tilt colors down the last straightaway. Going to be Josh Tree Rise, the National 78, with the 3 bike of Felser for Crankout 1 and 2. Gerke, Skinner, Andrews, and Cardwell. Going to be the major on the top spot. Got Nolan Cardwell in the 2 spot right now, but it's all Gerke. Get it done on the 1. Gerke, Cardwell flying on the last turn. The Nags, or it's not the Nag, it's Skinner. I'm sorry, dude. I'm a terrible person. Gerke and Skinner 1 and 2. Abercrombie, Funk, and Golden. Funk on top right now, the Funky Monkey, the 8-ride turns and burns in the zone colors in the 2 spot. That's going to be the train Abercrombie, Funk, Abercrombie, and the Velocity ride of Owen Golden, 1, 2, and 3. 2 more riders looking to check into a quarter main event. Good job, Zach. Funk and Abercrombie, 1 and 2. $17.20 experts out there, Moto 151, Gamalkowitz, Bramer, and Sabrell. The Rhino is rolling. J&R Colors go flying all by himself down to the last turn. The 20 bikes on point for a quarter main event. The Rhino moves on. 2 spot, though, right now is the 41 of Gamalkowitz. Got the 9 ride of Sabrell back there, but it's Gamalkowitz checking out. Sutherland, Gavin, and Magan. Chippendale Colors on top. The Gold Cup 2 running the show with Lethal Threat in the 2 spot. It's Magan and Sutherland 1 and 2 with Gavin back in the 3 right now. Chippendale, Lethal Threat, and 09 flying on the last turn. The Gold Cup 2 rolling hard. Magan and Sutherland 1 and 2. $153 is your modal number. Thomas, Aston, and Hagen. Got to be Hagen on the top spot right now. I believe Thomas in the 2 spot. The 43 and the 17 are on the last turn. Hagen and Thomas moving on. Motos 154 and 155. Davis, Mona Smith, Salisbury, Perea, and Kennedy. We are rolling down through that 3rd straightaway. I'm taking 4 of these cats to a main event. Started today with 9 riders. Rider on top's the 5-1 ride. That's Salisbury, the Dirt Hawk. 52 ride. Perea, the B and the 30. Kennedy and Mona Smith. $26.35 experts. Hill, Nye, Harney, Markle, and Bynum. Ghost Colors through the rhythm section right now. Got to be Austin Harney, the Gold Cup 1. Coastal Colors in that 2 spot right now, flying down around. Harney, he's moving on. The 5-7 ride. Bynum, Markle, and Nye. $36-40 experts. Van Cleve, Hall, and Hedges. Rider on top, got the Dynasty gear on. Dave Hall, the Nag 19, flying down around. Hall down the last straightaway. He's going to get the win in the 61 ride for Power Light DFR. Marshall Van Cleve going to pick up that 2 spot. $41.45 experts. Hardman, DeHaven, Bauer, and Varndell. 4 riders on the track, 3 spots available. Marcus DeHaven, gate 9 ride, 2 bike down the last straightaway. DeHaven's going to get the win. The 11 bike in the 2 spot. Paul Bauer and Roy Varndell, 1, 2, and 3. Motos 160 and 161. I got a Gold Cup 1 plate. Got to be Demand Ross for Factory Mayhem on the top spot. We got a boat ride out there, boys? You guys just hanging out? All right, well, we got Ross moving on. We got the Thrill Billy. I don't know what he's doing out there, sitting down, hanging out in his FFR gear. The 15 and the 93, Zimmerman and Bonzel. $51.55 experts, Nuccio, Hall, Bain, and Yankee. Down the last straight, 4 riders fly, but I only got, should have 4. Nag 10 and the 160. Nuccio and Hall, 1 and 2. Heisler, Goodwin, and Brown. Battle for the 2 spots where it's at. Ryder takes off on the top side right now. It's going to be, I believe, Goodwin on the top spot. Don Brown back there in the 2 right now. Downtown, Don Brown trying to lock up a main event here in the 51-55 expert class, but it's all the 1-1-3 on top. Barney Goodwin down the last straightaway. Goodwin, he's checking out, and Don Brown gets it done. $56 and over experts. Cheatham, Brainham, Goldston, and Heath. 17 on top right now is Paul Chavone. Chavone is on the top spot. Chavone down that last straightaway. We got the 131 in the 2 spot. That's Wild Bill. Chavone and Heath moving on. And the last rack of the second round. 56 and over experts. Merritt, Dagger, and Prince. 5 bike on top. Prophecy BMX. That's Dags out there right now. Steve Dags getting it done. Oh, things changing up though. Little high-low down in that last turn. 58 right comes by. Merritt and Dags 1 and 2. And that's the end of the second round. Quarters are coming up.
Quarter mains today, 15